Okay, so welcome
Are
back to
you playing? Are they
M&A
playing right now?
D&D. Yeah, if we sit on that page for too long, the music stops.
Oh, gotcha.
Anyway, so welcome back to M&A&D&D episode
47.
47.
47.
Something. I had it. I wrote it down somewhere. Yeah, episode 47. So we have a SkyCastle now? Last episode, you guys decide to focus your attention on the objective, which was a new change of pace. Teamed up with the Red Wizard to go and track down the dragon that you guys were aware was on the SkyCastle. Before that, you guys had discovered the tomb of Blockathakis' wife, Esclerota. You found that after our dragonborn friend accidentally teleported himself into that tomb and locked himself in a legendary Warhammer.
Great Mall.
Legendary Great Mall. You guys, the battle with the white dragon turned quickly. The tides turned quickly. This epic fight turned into a comedy of errors when he was turned into a badger and yeeted off of the SkyCastle. And last minute rescued by the Red Wizard, who had been invisible.
Presumably.
Yeah, presumably.
We don't. Yeah.
I don't know. You guys will tell me.
No, you know. We don't.
So we find ourselves sitting in this giant ice cavern in the bowels of the SkyCastle. As you guys kind of gain your senses as to where you are and what has transpired, you see under the icy ground, locked away, just masses and masses of treasure. Gold, diamonds.
Is it all encased in ice, or is like partially submerged, partially unsubmerged?
You guys can do an investigation check, but also
not using any investigation checks from before.
Did you guys?
We rolled investigation. I had a 25.
I see the last thing was like dexterities.
Yeah, if you go up just a little bit, he had a 25.
Yeah, you don't find anything really. Maybe a couple shekels, maybe a couple pieces that are like near the top that you can pick out easily. But
so we would have to.
Most everything is
encased in
an
ice.
ingenious way for them to transport this hoard.
If I can, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a charge of my wand of magic detection to see and walk around the area and see what I see of magic items and point them out and say like, hey guys, we may not be able to get to everything out here because it's all encased in ice and we don't want to spend the next 6 years trying to get to it. But like if I can see a blip or a thing that's glowing and say, hey, magic right there, let's go find that first. And we can focus our efforts on those, grab those quick things, and then we can go talk to Mr. Giant Man and not spend as much time on this. So if we focus, and we can come back here later, but like I want to look for these things really quick.
I would also be looking if I can use that 25 before, I will. If not, I'll re-roll. But I would be looking for prioritizing anything that I can see during the search of value, magical, or of just which sections have the most like loot of value or whatever, just generally. So music, I thought it was a car.
Sorry,
it was just like
one's gonna look for something shiny.
Well, as you use you discharge your magic detect magic, right? You get a faint glow. It's hard to see because already like the gold and stuff and these jewels and stuff that are underneath the ice, there's something glowing underneath it. You get that thrown into this hoard of gold and treasure. There are magical items.
Okay. So I'll point both. I'll talk to both Ulan and Darth because they both have the ability to use fire in some capacity. I'll point them both and be like, "Hey, you see all of this shiny stuff? There's some really special shiny stuff right there." And I'll point to it and ask for their help to try and get it out.
Fire. Darth, breathe some fire.
In the meantime, Darth was, and I'm gonna put him on.
Oh wait,
As you guys kind of look around, Darth had teleported towards the end.
He caught up, I thought.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, he did.
Is he? But he's not on the map currently.
He was just because.
So I'm putting him. So
yeah.
Darth Arius had teleported to the 3rd floor of this, and during the fight had realized his mistake and started bolting back down the stairs,
killing all the kobolds on the way over.
Just so you see him kind of like panting, running down this winding stairs, and he's just like caked in this blood. You don't even recognize him at first. He looks like a kobold, a giant kobold, because his blue skin is caked in this visceral goo and muck and blood that's kind of hardened on him. And he just kind of stops and he looks at you and he hears this. We did good, man. We did good. I feasted well today. I think I made a good choice with you. Now, I'm not saying we're done. I think there's still some more feasting to be had, but
yeah, but I'm definitely not as hungry.
I always have the hunger, bud. But you'll catch up. You'll grow into this. You're a big boy. And he just kind of has this like immediate, like this warm feeling kind of come over him, and he grips it like a bat again, and then puts it up on his shoulder, and he starts moseying on over to you guys as you guys are looking around this main area.
So I will say, since I know that I only have this this spell up for 10 minutes, I will walk around. So I've pointed out the first one to Ulan. I'll walk around, and if I see any others, I'm gonna mark them, either with like making a chisel or a gouge in the ice with a sword, or either by like putting a stake in the ground, like where I would be like, hey, we need to dig here, kind of thing. Just to quickly do that, because I only have 10 minutes on the spell.
And this is a fire spell? Is a single fire spell? Is that what you're saying?
No, my magic detection spell. So I'm marking where they are, because if I sit there and while we try to dig them out, it's gonna dissipate by the time we get past the first one.
It's not pinpoint, like that's.
I see the item. Right. It's an aura around the item, so I don't see which item, but like if there's like a little shimmer down there, I'll be like, okay, there's a shimmer down here, dig here and look here. If there's a shimmer over here, I'll say dig around in here, look here, kind of thing.
While I'm searching and stuff, I would be breaking out the last flask of oil that I have, and I would probably be like gesturing to myself, Valen, and Val to like, hey guys, instead of just only waiting on them to do stuff, we can also, maybe mark what we want with the oil and light it too, and try to like help out. Maybe it's not as fast, but better than just sitting around.
Sure, either one of those works. I think you and Valen can follow behind. I'll make a gouge and I'll keep going because I can see them. I don't have to wait on you guys. All right, so I can mark them for you. You guys can like put a little bit of oil, light the oil in the little divot of the gouge of the ice, and then we can wait for Ulan with his big boy fire to come save us eventually.
Lasts 1 minute. The one fire spell I have.
Right now, but yours is much more potent, is the thing.
Right.
Okay.
And I think what Viva said last time was
that's what she said.
It will take a lot longer to use like non-magical fire, but if you use magical fire, it only takes a minute to.
And I'm gonna make the flaming sphere ball, and I'm gonna have it bouncing all over to these little spots that Val is marking, and just burrowing down real quick, and popping back up, going to the next spot, burrowing down, popping up, going over, and burrowing down.
How long does this last?
a minute. I do it real quick.
Yeah, so it's not gonna like burn through.
So it has a movement speed, or it can be moved X number of feet per turn
Yeah.
every 6 seconds.
30.
So as
Yeah.
you
Okay,
sit
that's
there
the-
and you
That's
kinda-
the only thing I'm gonna.
So as you sit there with the magic ball going out, the fireball going out, you just kind of like roll it around in a circle to all these points, and over the course of a minute, it really starts to cut down the ice, and the water starts to drip southwards towards the hole that the badger was kicked through. The water starts to kind of trickle off. In just that amount of time, you guys got off a couple inches of the ice, but you realize you're gonna need more fire, to, or at least more focused fire to go directly down.
All right.
Mhm.
So for focus fire.
So I'm
we're-
melting all of them.
Yeah. Well, don't waste
Okay.
everything.
Yeah, don't waste
Alright,
everything.
Darth has cantrips.
Well, Isaac, I think he's saying after your first minute, that one expired, and this is what we learned from that. So you would either have to cast a new spell, or we can look for a different
How many times
option.
more does it look like I need to cast the spell before I make it to those items?
You seem
Hey,
very
Ulan,
concerned
does your special staff have anything on it that can help? Since it's a
I would
magic
say
item, you don't have to use your spells.
I would say
So
you would need
great.
about 5.
You don't have to smack it with your staff. Your staff has other properties.
No, it has the spells, but if I
If you
use, I
up
have
the last
1,
spell slot, you
2,
have to roll
3, 4.
a
I have 5. Yeah, if I use the last one, so I can use Wall of Fire once more. But then if I use anything else after that, then I have to.
roll a
It might
D20.
break.
Yeah. I would hold on to. If it was me,
I mean,
I would hold on to the. We have.
I can cast Fireball.
What about burning hands? What is burning? How long does burning hands last?
Oops.
Instant use.
Oh, it's an instant. Never mind. I thought it was the one where your hands literally catch fire and you get your like. Yeah. Okay. My bad. Sorry. Didn't know what that one did.
Darth has produced
Flame.
Yeah, I suggested it.
I don't have any flame magic.
Right.
Okay.
So
I'll
Darth has
pull
produced
out.
flame, and we can make a little bit of fire on it too, and try to concentrate the fire.
Yeah, I'll pull out like a torch and try and use that for as much as I can.
So let's focus on it this way. Let's not use up all of Ulan's spells. Ulan's spell
Yeah,
definitely
we
did
need
a great
those.
job of speeding this up. But if we're concerned about, dealing with the cloud giant upstairs now, then let's not,
Let's not waste all of our spells.
right. We had a huge save in not using up everything against the dragon and a wizard. So let's keep that, success and move forward. So, Darth can keep clean himself off, roasted by the fire that he keeps if he wants to throw some more fireballs. Produce some flames.
Produce flames.
Okay.
Darth,
The way
we
he throws
need
them is like
you.
for fireballs. So, he
Darth
can't
can't
control his
control his
character.
character.
All right, sounds like we need a campfire, so let's produce some flame.
You're
I
gonna
can't
get
control my
like
character though.
you gonna
Oh, there
get
you
some kindling for a campfire.
I mean, I have like a bunch of torches that I can just put into a
Okay.
pile, and we can just do it like that. So
I've already offered up my last oil. I'll fill it up later.
I'll
I
pull out.
poured it in an area so that it can produce a 5 square feet, 5 foot. Yeah, 5 square feet.
So
I'll
just
pull
like
out
one tiny
5
little
torches.
flare. Okay.
Right.
I'll pull out
but
5 torches and then set those out so that we can use those.
And I'll pull out
It should be concentrated
5
heat.
torches.
You can't control that guy, Darth.
Mm-mm. I can
Try
like
dragging one out yourself. Go to your character page and try dragging it out. A new one.
Yeah.
there's gonna be 2 of us?
Well, we'll do the old one.
So as you guys set up this kind of makeshift campfire with 5 of the torches, Is Terry, are you?
Did it?
Yeah,
Terry
I believe
frozen?
you did. Is Terry asleep?
Terry, are you awake?
No.
No, you aren't awake.
You've
Okay,
been
so right-
listening, the whole thing.
The box music is probably putting him to sleep.
That,
Yeah, I can't
that
control
is, and it's very hot right now in the house.
So in this little area that you lay down the 5 different torches and you make a nice base, doused with the oil from Liam. You guys, Darth comes over and he sets it ablaze. After a couple minutes, the progress of this fire has melted. Like the campfire starts to kind of like settle down, and soon enough, lots of the gold and stuff start to like appear around it as more and more water starts to trickle down from the north side of the cave. It's slanted, so the water is seeping away.
Can we make sure that someone's standing where so like nothing's gonna just slide off?
It's not like a raging.
All right,
not-
I was
it's not
making
a-
sure that like I wasn't
Right.
sure based on the description if we were
Sure,
just about to be like,
you guys. Someone can move. Someone can move there if they feel like it, but I don't. Right now, you guys don't see like enough water flow that it's taking coins with you. But
I wouldn't worry about
so-
like 1 or 2 coins, but I was like, you know, if it was about to like unclog and then like I don't know.
No.
I was just making sure it
No.
wasn't something comical thing.
boy, would that be a jerk DM, huh?
I don't know. I'm just going off of the description. And
I mean, again, here's the other thing.
It's the DM.
I don't know if
Even
I have a
based
reaction.
based on the size and the map here, there is, about 600 times more gold than we could physically carry, even in the bag of holding in this pile. So some of it going away. Lucky people along the road, 4 miles below us get hit in the head with some gold. Maybe they makes their day.
He's dead,
Fire
man.
falling
I
from
know,
miles.
kill them. I would 100% kill them.
You already killed somebody with that kobold. You guys chucked that away.
Jesus.
No, but okay. So this original fire that you guys had over the course of a couple minutes has actually produced quite a bit of melting from the ice.
Okay.
And you realize that this may have sustained and done better than just the one single spell.
Okay. So with that, I'll say Isaac said Ulan said he was pulling out some torches as well. So I pulled out 5 of my own. This one instance is off of those 5. So I'd say, hey, we already marked at least one other spot, or so. Set up another bonfire there while we're working on this one. Since you still have a supply of torches with you, and then I'd say, while we're on the way down to where I saw the blip of the magic item aura or the magical aura, I would be grabbing. I'd be picking up some of the gold anyways and just putting it into the bag of holding while I'm waiting, so I'm not just wasting time since we're gonna want some of this anyways.
Is that the only bonfire you're gonna have, or I'm sorry, campfire? Are you guys gonna do
We
any
have-
more?
We currently have 2
2.
set up. Me and Isaac just set one, or me and Ulan just set one up.
Second,
Valen, do you have torches that you can spare?
My inventory, no.
Are you going off of your D&D Beyond inventory or your Roll20 inventory? Because I didn't move all of the common items that were in everybody's inventory. I only got everybody's
Okay.
major items.
I was in the Beyond.
Beyond. Okay.
If you guys need me to go through and
And
get
then
everything-
also, you guys also are at the base of a castle that had furnishings. and stuff like
I
that,
do
so-
have a barrel. I have a barrel of oil that I can use.
Oh Jesus!
what the fuck? You've just been carrying. He has a barrel of oil and a 40-pound treasure chest that he's just randomly carrying around. I cannot believe you, man. Oh no, Terry.
We realize it's in. If you look at Valen's
He
the
just
stuff
has
that he
everything.
carries, he has a 40-pound chest, the huge like wardrobe,
A treasure chest.
and then we just realized that he has a giant barrel of oil. So
In
while
his
you're, like,
inventory.
My flasks.
you've been like milking it out, like
I've been just trying to like, hold on, I got a little bit more left. I got a little bit more left.
Jerry comes over here.
Balin sits on his barrel from time to time, just like
His barrel
All
that he
right.
puts inside his chest.
Balin actually has 5 bag of holdings.
Okay, so DM, with the now known fact that we have a barrel of oil at our disposal, can we just say that this process pretty much just moves along pretty quickly, and we set up bonfires into various locations that we want?
So the barrel oil spreads out. You guys all stand back, and all of a sudden, this entire room kind of like goes up, and the water starts moving faster. You see a couple coins trickle towards the edge, but still not enough. Still not enough.
Scooping some into the bag.
Yeah, still not enough. Over the course of the next 20 minutes, you guys have kind of gathered up quite a bit of the hoard, enough where you're just like, we're good. And you find it.
I'm legit broke, by the way. Like, I have nothing in my pockets.
Everyone fills up their coin purses.
Yeah, can I fill up my coin purse with whatever I can actually have?
Yeah, I believe that would be up to you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying, like, while we're waiting to get to the magic items, I would be grabbing coins and then tossing them into the bag of holding. Anyone else who wants to grab some coins, I'm not going to say don't grab coins.
This is a bit like a piñata that just got fucking cracked wide open.
I don't want to miss anything, but I'm definitely like, I am broke as fuck because
while we're waiting for the ice to melt. Oh, look, gold.
I'm definitely.
How many platinum coins are there? How many platinum coins are there in here that I can take?
All right, treasure hoard. He put it in the text.
So after this, the treasure hoard starts to.
Don't immediately, guys. I'm telling you right now, since I'm treasurer, apparently with all of the inventory, you do not take all of that. That is the maximum amount of the entire hoard. No, it's fine. It's fine, Viva. I'm saying we do not get all of that. Even as a group, we wouldn't get all of that because we couldn't physically carry that much weight in the bag of holding. I don't think.
You would have to do the math,
and we would not have enough time to get every single piece of gold or copper or anything in here. So
I'm curious, why do you think you don't have enough time?
Well, we're saying we're not spending the next few, look at how, I'm basing it based on the map. Look at how large of an area that is.
I'm just
covered in gold.
I just want to point out
So,
there's 21 small blue sapphires worth 300 gold each.
Yeah, and there's a chest containing 800 platinum pieces.
Yeah.
That's what I was at.
And there's 5 of me, so we're good.
And there's 4 of me, so
I would not expect us to just get every single piece of treasure in terms of the coins in here. So I would say potentially we find
he would have to do a percentage of it.
Yeah, I would say we get a percentage of that, but since our main goal was the magic items, I would say we would probably get the magic items with our the fact that we were focusing on that, but in the fact that we were focusing on that, we had to go through some of the gold anyway, so we picked up what we could, so we would get a percentage of it, but we wouldn't get every single thing. I wouldn't expect our group to be here and be like, okay, I see 14 extra gold pieces over here in this wall, so I'm going to go over there and get the ones that are covered in this wall, and then I'm going to go over here and get the ones over here, and then get the ones that are down there, and
So what I was saying was that we just filled up our coin pouch. Yeah. So however much our coin pouch can carry, we'd probably take all 800 of the platinum pieces that were in the treasure chest and put those into our bag and take out any copper or smaller pieces.
Okay, so we find I would say we would find the chest, and we'd find
and then
a percentage of the rest of it. Then would you guys say?
Well, I just say we fill up with however much our pouches can carry with gold, just gold pieces.
Yeah,
and then we'd probably not take any of the other pieces.
Okay, give me a second then.
So all the platinum pieces and as much gold as we can carry.
All right. So here's my issue. There is not a coin pouch item in the game or in the inventory. So I do not have a way to say this is how much a normal coin purse could hold, because we've just been using a bag of holding, which is an extra dimensional space. And I don't want to get into the physics and the technicality of everything because that's so goddamn annoying.
All right. the way it works is there's two rules. You either ignore money weight altogether, and you just collect money, and it's just currency, and you just have it, or there's
I like
weight.
that. I like having just currency that we just have.
That I'm pretty sure that's how all of our characters are set up.
Literally in Roll20, if there's a checkbox for counting gold as weight or a currency as weight, right? Because we're not counting it, right? Because it's usually most people only do it as in like hardcore mode. I don't even know where it is.
We take all
I
of the
think
gold.
I think there's a part where you guys can start filling up your pockets, and then it will start showing you how much weight you have.
Right. The standard
Okay, that's
coin
fine.
weighs a third of an
Okay.
ounce, so 50 coins weighs.
Viva,
a pound.
just give. So 50 coins weighs a pound, is what you said.
Yes.
All right.
So
I would say
I
each
would
person.
suggest that maybe a couple of you stay back and start dividing up the horde. Well, maybe some of the other people will start checking out what's happening out in the rest of the castle.
Okay. I would say each person grab 4 pounds of coins, so that's 200 gold each.
And all the
Like, just
into the back of holding.
all that's cool. I'm saying, like, if we're talking, we're splitting up the platinum's going to the party funds, and we're splitting up. Each person takes, how much they want to carry for gold. 4 pounds is quite a bit of gold.
Mhm.
If you want more than that, sure, but like that's just an even rough number. 200 gold gets you a long ways in terms of just generic day-to-day value. And if you need any more than that, like we have the party funds for that for large purchases. So like,
So you guys are gonna just
pouch
put in
and
the
the-
800 platinum and the 21 small. blue
that's just going
sapphire.
straight into the bag of holding. I've got that.
Put that in.
We're
Now
just taking all the
you,
contents
you
of the
also
frozen
you also
chest
saw a potion, and after some investigation, you realize it's a potion of gaseous form.
then.
+1 longsword, longbow, leather armor. Now, one of the magical items that you had noticed, and you guys, I'm assuming at this point would have noticed that these are the bracers of defense. Is anybody taking these items? You guys are probably leaving the copper pieces, the silver pieces, and then taking as much gold as possible.
Yes.
Yeah, as much gold as possible.
I would say
It's 6 pounds per pouch of. I found it in Roll20. It's
oh, cool. So 6 pounds per pouch. So just do that. So each person gets 300 gold. Move on with that, and I'll take care of dealing out with the math and all that, and keeping the tally of every that. So you guys don't have to worry about that. Again, I would hazard to say we wouldn't know that these are specifically bracers of defense. I would know.
Want to do an Arcana check?
Yeah, I can do an Arcana check for you. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that was my bad. I just
no, that's fine.
Cut and paste
I know.
it. And
I asked you. I was like, hey, can you just give us a listing of this so we don't have to listen to you, but also talk over you the entire time, because that's what we always do, and it makes this a lot harder.
It's better if I actually
But
let you
Liam
guys
knows exactly
figure
what it
out.
is.
What did he roll?
23.
23 total.
So these are you recognize these as bracers of defense, and then while wearing these bracers, you gain a +2 bonus to your AC if you're wearing no armor and using no shield.
Hmm.
This is an item it actually took quite a bit of it took you a little bit of time to figure out, because these are a wondrous item. This rare that you would come across these.
I would hazard to not give them to Ulan, because Ulan now has a fuck ton of really cool magic items. I kind of think we need to give this to Darth, now that Darth can't use his shield with his new hammer, and he lost a lot of AC because of that. And also, you're using a shield, so you couldn't use these if you wanted to keep your shield.
Also,
I can have them meld into my dinosaur form.
It requires attunement.
Does it?
Yes.
Yeah, you get a +2 to your AC. It's a really big boost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look
I
it
see
up in
that.
the DMG.
Yep.
I'm sure it will.
Yep. I see.
All right.
Is there?
I didn't remember. I knew it was a +1 or 2 to your like AC, but I didn't know about the. I couldn't remember if it had the rules on no armor or shield. It's like this is like technically a step up from like the Ring of Defense, but it has that caveat of the armor and shield. But both of them, because they're just flat 8. There's not a lot of items in the game to give you outside of armor that just give you flat AC increasement, and because of that, they are generally considered attunement items. This is just generally D&D like style stuff.
Nerd.
Valen.
And I also
Valen.
I want it. Yeah, +2 AC is really helpful for me.
Valen, you're wearing your armor, so the magical enchantment on these would not work. You would have to remove your armor completely in order to use these. What I wanted to ask you is, can you use longbows? And if so, would you like one of this +1 longbow?
Well, definitely. Let me see. Material weapons. I would say I can use longbow.
I don't think so.
All right. If not, I can throw it in my quiver, and it doesn't take up any extra space for me. But I'm not going to end up using it right now. If you want it, and you want,
let me check. See, I should check bar, right?
Bard or half elf, either one of them can give it to you.
he has martial weapons,
Not one of them.
which is the same as what I have, and I'm proficient with longbows.
No, but you get it from your ranger or your elf, not martial.
Okay.
No, it's not under bar. Bar doesn't have longbow. But let me check half elf.
All right.
And let me tell you, is somebody moving?
Yeah, Ulan and Darth wanting to check out this area over here.
Okay. So
You're gonna have to climb.
yeah, it's a steep climb. As you guys get out of this bowl that you're in, you guys start headed up a gradual incline. The tunnel to the north of you was quite a bit steeper.
No, he doesn't have half elf either.
I'm gonna let you guys. So in the meantime, while you guys are figuring out, if you guys could do like text chat,
Yeah,
between
that's fine.
the three of you guys, while Ulan and Darth kind of go adventuring.
Are they adventuring or doing something else?
We're adventuring.
They're just looking around, I guess.
It's always an adventure.
Oh, howdy ho! Don't run into any other gargoyles or things.
All of a sudden, Ulan's conscience comes.
Comes into play.
I'll give myself some guidance.
You slap your own ass as you continue up this path.
So, I mean... Oh, sorry. I shouldn't talk.
But for the most part, you're just kind of like exhilarated by this idea that you guys are you just kind of chucked the white dragon off of a thing, and now you guys were swimming like Donald, like Scrooge McDuck style, swimming through gold that you're not even going to take most of it. So you guys are you're just adventuring. You're just looking around. You don't hear anything. You don't see anything.
Now I can use the longbow. So if I may,
I looked it up. You cannot use it.
I have it, and it's under half.
It's not under half elf.
Well, hold on.
Elf weapon training. I literally look at it. You have proficiency with longsword, short bow, and longbow.
Right now, if you look at Valen, your character sheet on Roll20, your proficiencies currently are blowgun, hand crossbow, long sword, martial weapons, rapier, short sword, and simple weapons.
Right.
Those are your proficiencies.
He does not like. I'm looking on in the.
But that he might be looking at something else. But when you built your character, those are the ones that you picked. So you could.
Okay,
So you
then
may
I
have.
can, so I
yeah.
can not use it.
Where do we
Alright.
go?
Do these
don't know.
stairs go down too, or do they just go
Well,
up?
you had gotten to a point where you got to one of those like landings, those big open areas, that you saw off. You when you were at that edge, you saw a familiar.
Oh, I can see things.
You kind of had seen those Gray Peak mountains. This time though, surprisingly, had you guys originally shifted southeast of them, you're now hovering above them, and it seems like you guys may have kind of cut back from your original flight path. Where are you at now?
I don't know. Darth and I are just going everywhere. We're looking at everything.
Well,
Everything.
I don't see.
That
Everywhere.
doesn't work out poorly
I
every
don't-
other time.
I
I've
don't
done
see you on the. I don't see you on the map. As
No, I just put us in.
you literally put yourself in the giant hole that you got chucked off of.
Yeah, that's
So
that's
you
the
died.
hole.
They're dead. No, that was.
All right.
This here is the ledge. This is the ledge, and again, as you look at it, you see down at those Gray Peak mountaintops.
All right, we're going to the stairs. We want to see if there's do the stairs go down?
No, the
Or
stairs
do they
go
only go
up.
up? Okay.
Okay.
Darth, you want to go up? You want to go up, buddy?
You kind of see Darth
Darth
like shudder for a second as he remembers the chaos
nodded.
that
We're going up.
when he came up. As you guys start to go around this tunnel, as you guys go into this particular room here,
We're going up.
Going
you
up.
had
That's
seen
not a question.
you had seen just splatter marks,
I'll be
cobalt,
right back, guys.
crumbled mush in all the corners. And as you guys go around this spiral staircase, there's just smear of cobalt all the way down it. You guys make it onto the main level, and there seems to be a little bit of chaos. Earlier, you guys had seen two giants that you had known that were on the main floor, and they're just like, you just hear this like horrible screaming as they're going around, and you just see them swinging with these giant clubs, and all you see is this mist of red.
What are they swinging it at? The kobolds?
It seems as though their main targets are kobolds.
Mm.
Are you guys gonna stay on this floor? Or are you gonna continue up?
You're just gonna. You want to continue up, Darth? I think we should keep going up.
Up and up we go.
Just remember, you have no way to communicate with us down below.
We'll send you smoke signals.
As you guys continue up this spiral,
I don't think
You
that's how smoke
approach-
works.
you approach the top floor,
That's how fire works. We
and you're
have fire.
immediately greeted by a scene unlike anything you've ever seen. Ogres have completely taken over this courtyard. You had seen them earlier sleeping in their barrack, but now the 20 or so kobolds that had been patrolling this area, some of which had, I guess, had followed you, but there's still quite a bit that they had left behind. The ogres are grabbing these kobolds, and they're just twisting them into these just like sullen sacks, and then pitching them to their ogre friends as the ogres with their clubs wind up and just are smacking these things over the walls of the ice castle. It seems as though Darfarius, in his attempt to get back to you, has sparked a bit of a revolt. Word had gotten to the giants who had asked you guys to clean up the mess. And the ogres, now knowing that there is no more dragon here and there is no more red wizards, no more cultists, and only the kobolds left, they seem to be aiding you in this cleanup.
Mm.
Now, you guys find yourselves on the upper level, and you had seen previously Logothus had walked past and gone to the western side to the giant tower that you guys had not been able to access earlier.
Well, didn't really want to go talk to him, but
Are you now gonna just go all the way up there and talk to him without anyone else?
don't really want to go talk to him. Maybe we should go check out the room that he was in previously, his throne room. Probably don't want to go out good though. What should we do, Darth?
Let me Jesus, let me set up this map.
Let me look at everything.
Yeah, it went dark, and then and then I see stuff. Oh, look at all this. Okay, I see what's going on here.
You want to go back to the private bedroom and wait for everyone to be finished.
I gotta shrink this dude for sure. Okay. So you guys come out here.
I asked Darth if he wanted to go back to the private bedroom and wait until everyone else shows up. We all are back together.
Damn. That is fucked up.
We did it again. Looks like we did it again.
You're fighting.
Who the hell is this guy?
That's one of the kobolds that these dudes are just like batting.
That you set them up against.
That's
So-
one of
That
the,
is
yeah.
messed
They're just like they're taking what was originally kind of a nuisance. Originally, the kobolds were there, and there was like a this kind of real in balance of we got to tolerate these people. But Blogothus had asked you guys if you guys are gonna, the enemy of my enemy is my enemy.
Enemy of my enemy
And
is my friend.
No, because it's all cutthroat here.
The enemy of my enemy is my enemy. That doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
You shut your mouth. And then Liam's heart just starts beating out of control, and he dies. No, so yeah, enemy of his friend. You guys had one thing in common, and now that he knows, now that the tides have turned, and he realizes like he doesn't really have to mess with these. The ogres, they're not paying much attention to you. They're having a joyous time, clubbing these kobolds to death.
So, Darth, what do you want to do?
Don't say fight them.
We can either.
Let's go wait for the guys in the bedroom. I think we could use that.
Are you guys going to Blogothus' bedroom? Or
Yeah.
Are you going to...
Yeah, let's go to Blogothus' bedroom.
That's the giant.
Oh. Well, he might be sleeping. You know, they're always sleeping at
Oh,
first.
we just watched him go into one of the other rooms that we previously couldn't get into.
Yeah, so he's currently in this one here.
Oh.
Where is he?
What's over here? Can we go over here?
No, that's
Not there.
That's nothing.
Not there. Not there. Here.
Oh,
Here's where I'm
I think we were in there.
Earlier, you guys had gotten close to it, and you realized that was likely the barracks of the kobolds. And
There's some treasure in the ogre's room, wasn't there? Or was that just their pouches?
It was their pouches, is what we saw.
There's some pouches in the ogre's room. There was
I'm gonna remind you, it was pouches of very little amount of gold compared to what you just left behind.
We're picking up as much of the gold as we already can.
No, I would like you to guys go steal the 6 gold from each one of those ogres instead of the mounds of gold that are.
You're not there. You're not there. It's just these two.
Is gold.
Literally, you guys are walking around with your pockets like. And the prospect is like 6 more gold pieces. From
6 pounds of gold, man.
Yeah, from like these 30 ogres that are in there, like. Very tempting, I'm sure. In the worst way possible, this is tempting.
Well, we can either go back there and go tell everyone what's going on and come back up with everyone and go talk to the giant, or we can go talk to the giant now. It'd probably be best to go get everyone first, though. What do you think, Darth?
Yeah, but you know how everybody else gets, man. They always... I'm not pointing any fingers.
I love Darth so much. Staying true to his character.
Me.
Hey man, you know what I
see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? See, it's up to us.
Darth,
it's up to us.
First, the dragonborn starts to feel this like rumbling in his hand, and he hears this voice. Nah, man, let's just crack the heads of these ogres. You tasted ogre blood in a while? It's delicious. And we haven't really gotten a fighting for a while. I'm not saying you got to, but I'm just saying ain't nobody stopping you, man.
Does Ulan hear this?
No.
No?
Look at you, big strapping dragonborn. Those ogres picking on them little kobolds. What if they had a real fight, huh? What if you chopped them down to size? The kneecaps are tender, man.
Dia's wife is providing the instruction to insinuating somebody's to die.
Ulan.
Yo.
Did you hear that voice?
What voice?
Okay, good. So here's the plan.
Oh my god, I love him so much.
We're gonna take on these guys right here, man. It's not right what they're doing, and we can take them. We can fuck them up. We can take them.
How should we go about
me and you.
this? There,
me and you, buddy. First of all, we have this love connection, so that's all we need. And then, one by one, buddy. One by one.
You want to lure them in one at a time?
Yes.
All right. For you, anything. Ulan is swayed by Darth's charm. Wait.
Man, if only we had Kermit the Frog, the conscience, talking to
Kermit already gave his piece. I'm not actually here to tell them what to do.
Can I get a perception check?
Perception.
Slap myself on the ass, give myself some guidance.
I don't know if you'd be able to give yourself guidance in that scenario.
So you gather up, you're ready to help Darfarius in his new task, and you look up, start kind of counting all these ogres, these big brooding ogres, and then you notice
you need more hands.
On top of the towers that originally disappeared, that Darfarius had disciplined you. You remember that the 2 ogres up there, ready with munitions for any troubles that come their way.
Hey Darth, there's some ogres up there that have some ammunition up there that we could take them out first and then shoot them.
Viva, why did you try? Why did you try? This is the worst two to ever send off together. The worst
All right.
two, and you tried to save
Alex, Terry, and myself are going to mute for the next 3 hours while we watch
I'll
Darth
just go watch it on
and
the stream. You guys have fun.
Kulan die. I love you guys. This has been great.
It's been awesome. Tell your wife that it's happening. You're gonna kill some characters tonight. You texting her right now. I hope you're texting her right now.
You need to just pull up the stats of a single ogre real quick.
How did you not have them ready? Vivo, you forget, if you put a token on the map, somehow this group will find a way to fight it for some reason. Yeah. Even if it makes no sense in the story, we will find a way to attack it.
It's fun because all the ones that he has like a whole attack plan for, we don't fight.
All right.
And the Red Wizard we avoided fighting twice, but this scenario is not meant to be fought. This is the scenario you guys fucking go in 2 men.
There's 2 ogres up there with a shit ton of munitions.
And after last week, we had like an hour and a half long conversation of not being in this fucking scenario.
Splitting the party.
Not split the party. Don't be in this scenario. We don't want to be in this fight. You go right into it with your sweetheart, right off into that fucking sunset, right off into the sucking ship.
All right.
All right, let them play it out, Alex. We gotta move this forward.
I had to say my piece.
I'm letting Darth take the wheels.
Oh, you're letting something take the wheels. Hands are off for sure.
No hands.
No hands, man. No hands.
Well, Darth, what do you think? What do you think of this plan? How much ammunition does Ulan remember being up there?
You guys never actually saw, but you saw that they had.
Or how much do I see up there right now?
Well, you see like just barrels and barrels of these like pikes, javelins. You see, I would say the only thing you could see are just the points of the javelins.
We could try convincing the ogres too to start attacking all the ogres down here.
I would say there are like a good.
There's 12 down here.
100 feet above you.
Come on.
Hey, Dragonborn, I haven't been with you long, but I'm starting to feel like this guy's weighing you down, man. He's been eyeballing, looking around, and we should have been cracking skulls already.
No. It's okay. Sorry, not you, Ulan. It's okay.
What's going on? What do you think of the plan?
He's hesitant. That's all I'm saying. And look, man, you're a ferocious being. You are a fierce fighter. You are a god amongst little children. And all I'm gonna say is, I don't understand why they're still alive. Did you remember what we did to them kobolds? God, it's like stepping on.
We did crack those skulls, right?
Yeah. That was nothing. I got real power in me. You got real power in you. I don't know, man. This guy's kind of being like a little bitch, but whatever.
But he's my bitch. Leave him alone.
Well, you could do better. Let me be your bitch.
That's why I got you in my hand.
Be your ride or die, bitch.
No, we need.
You have your hand.
I can't do this alone. This isn't my adventure. It's our adventure. Okay, you have to play along.
Yeah, no, I know.
Are you talking to your hand?
I'm not telling you.
What? No, I'm You don't
jealous
hear
type.
that? You really don't hear that?
He seems like a real jealous type. He's gonna start calling you crazy. He's gonna.
With your hammer talking, can I see it?
What? No.
Can I touch it?
It's
Oh,
the hammer. What are you gonna think? It's not the hammer. The hammers don't talk.
Yeah.
We
don't
got
talk.
this. We got this. Okay.
We don't talk. We don't.
what do you want?
We don't thirst for blood, right?
We want to go up.
Yeah. I want to go up. Up to this motherfucker right here.
Ooh, and Darth are gonna go on up. No, there's 2 ogres up here, Darth. With a whole bunch of ammo, they have like shit that you can start like throwing down at all the other ones.
Is that supposed to be grayed out?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty grayed out.
Okay.
He's just giving you a heads up that he does know that 2 of them are up there.
there's 2 ogres up there, and if we don't take those ones,
All right,
out, they'll start throwing javelins down at us, and who knows what else.
All right, let's take those fuckers out.
People tonight. We'll probably lose some people tonight.
And we should
Let's
probably
take those fuckers out.
we'll destroy the way up so the other ogres can't get up to us.
You guys, so you're trying to climb up towards them?
Yeah, there was this little path, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going up. So these ones, none of them are really paying attention to us. We're going up.
Right. I guess you guys can see the path. You guys can.
Door unlocked.
Noise of the mic.
Sorry.
So you guys approach the base of the tower. You're now about 30 feet above the main floor that you guys were on. You see all those ogres just like continuously knocking these kobolds off of the edges of the SkyCastle.
Before we make it all the way up these stairs, I would want to tell Darth to cast some fire breath, his cantrip, and get rid of some of the stairs. So if anyone tries to come up, they just slide right back down.
So,
if that's doable.
Okay. So you're talking about. So these weren't necessarily stairs. This was like a rut. This is like a rut carved into the ice. But what you're talking about is like kind of like blowing fire down it and creating like an ice, so it's a much more difficult.
Like a slide.
It's not gonna make it.
I don't know if he can make it like a slide, so if someone tries to walk up it and they just slide back down.
Yeah. Okay. So I would say go ahead and use your cantrip for that. So this has been about. I would say this has been about 15 minutes.
To walk up there and get that done.
15, 20 minutes from when you left the group.
Oh, okay.
And at this point, I'm gonna go back to the group.
Okay.
So you guys launch this fire down this path, and you just start seeing this water start going down. And because you guys are also way up high, the effect that you want is there. Like it melts right away, but it also freezes, and another sheet of ice.
So it makes it slick.
Yeah, nice and slick. All right, so for the
So it's been.
meantime,
So you're saying it's been 15 minutes, and you're coming back down to us, the other 3 of us.
You're saying it's been the WAP.
yeah, it's been 20 minutes since you
Okay.
last. You guys were gathering up this horde and dividing it out, and like
Yeah. To not metagame.
I would say let's put this at like 15 minutes.
Okay. Putting that in my notes. To not metagame, would you think that at this point it's been enough time for us to have gathered and sifted out through all of the gold and all of the items that we wanted, and we're now being like, okay, where did Darth and Ulan go?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say you have 10 minutes. You're now 10 minutes behind where they're at right now.
Okay. If I don't see,
you three have completely looted this, figured out what you're gonna want, what you're gonna keep.
Mm-hmm.
You guys now find yourselves like looking at where's the next. What are we gonna do next?
Okay. At that point, then,
I immediately noticed that we are short of 2, and I talked to Bill. Was like, Bill, did Ulan and Furious told you where they go? Because
no, I was counting coins. I was very, very enthralled. Were you not keeping an eye on them? You know, one of us has to have an eye on them at all times.
I thought Ulan would be the responsible one.
No.
God
Did
damn.
you forget what happened in Neotar Castle? No, you have to have an eye on both of them.
That's right. Fuck.
All right. Unfortunately, I got sidetracked with the looting and keeping track of all of this. Sorry.
I bet you 100 gold pieces right now that one of them, at least one of them, is in trouble at the moment.
I'll bet you 100 gold. That's a lot of. That's a really that's a substantial bet there. But I would say we should, if we're going to be doing fun bets, let's just start with 10 gold. But either way, I'll bet you. I'll bet you one of them probably.
You guys now have 7 minutes left.
Okay. I'll bet you one of them probably found a statue.
Let's go.
I bet you one of them. All right. I pull out my copper wire and I cast a message to see if either of them are within range to hear my message. And I'm going to assume, because I know how Alex is going to play, he would go to the other side of the cavern and then do the same, because we are going to try and cast a large net. And then we'll look at each other, cast message out to Ulan or Darth, around us.
Oh, can Ulan and Darth pick up this message?
That's the idea. So I'm casting message. I'm saying Ulan, are you over there? Respond to this message.
What's your
kind of thing?
What's the range on that?
120 feet. But it's only here. Let me put it in the chat just so we have the correct thing. I have to point my finger towards a creature in the range of 120 feet. So if I'm pointing in the incorrect direction, they will not hear me. It's not like a unanimous bubble. It's just I have to point and try and hit them.
Roll a
D100.
D100, and I want a 40.
Got a 57.
Yeah. Nope. So you point.
So I didn't get anything.
You didn't get any response back.
And then Liam, Alex, I said that you'd be on the other side of the cavern doing the same thing, because I know how you would go about this, trying to find them. So you just point in a direction. I would say you just make a check as well.
I just walked here. What are we doing? I know we're casting message. What was the
We're casting message. We're trying.
D100, and I need you to roll a 33.
Okay. Oh my God, he was so close.
My God.
Alex, it's been 15 minutes since we've completed our, we've gone through all the loot and stuff. We've already taken care of that. So it's been 15 minutes for our group. We're about 10 minutes behind where Ulan and Darth currently are upstairs, but we don't know what's been going on. And so we realized we didn't have eyes on them. And so at this point, you're just okay, where'd they go? We have to find the kids. And you and I, being who we are okay, well, let's cast a message and see if we can find them. And then that's just what we did. So that's where we're at.
Two of you said, how's the best way to find them? And you guys start pinging, basically. But those Rugrats of yours, nowhere to be seen.
All right. Well, guys, I don't know where they went. So did we see either of them walk back through this main?
I would say do a survival check.
I mean, if I'm tracking them, I can.
Right? Isn't that tracking? Survival?
Yeah. God, why do I have the ass rolls?
This guy.
These are cheeks, man.
Dude,
these are cheek rolls.
You have a plus 4.
I know. It's some bullshit. You would think the
Survival
Rangers should be
from-
able to track somebody, but no. Fuck that.
Bravo from Valen and
Yeah.
from Liam.
Can you find us? No. Can Valen find us?
Is
Can you find? I'll roll that. I'll roll.
Yeah.
Survival.
You know what also sucks is my inspiration's gone now.
Oh yeah.
Well,
You feel this cold. You feel this cold spot where Ulan's hand used to be on your ass.
that was
and-
when that was my
yeah.
inspiration. That was
You guys don't have.
There's a lot of shiny things in here, and we were not paying attention to where they went.
No one can find us.
Yes, I fucking right.
I think we should put them on leashes in the future.
Maybe you really shouldn't be running off all the goddamn time and getting yourselves fucking lost. Or...
Maybe we should play with people that know how to play hide and seek.
All right.
Usually I'm the hider,
I'm gonna
not the
say
seeker.
2, 3.
Because my only thing is,
I want somebody to roll a 1d4. You guys pick. I would say DW, who had it rolled a 10.
okay.
4.
All right. You guys are gonna.
He remembered my faint guy.
You're gonna spend 3 minutes venturing this way. So I'm gonna just put you guys in the 3 of you.
Not through the open pit, right?
No.
How
Basically,
do we
the
get
3 of
there?
you spent.
Oh, okay. I see.
You decided to pick a path, and you realize that nope. So now you guys have a 1d3.
Got it. Roll.
Yes.
You guys actually, so a 2 would be the spiral staircase. So over the course of the next couple minutes, you guys find yourselves on. Sorry.
Falling.
Yeah.
Seeing a whole bunch of kobolds get smashed by the giants.
I found
Go
the lizard. It's good luck.
On or Darth.
Why is my You guys find yourselves in the lower courtyard. You see the two giants off in the side, and you come up into a similar sight of them just like splattering these kobolds as this kind of like horrific kind of sound goes up into the towers that you guys next to the gates. As you guys watch, you just like see these ogres chanting. "Arr!" They're cheering for the giants as they continue to like flatten the remains of the dragon cultists that were here.
Survival perception. What do you want?
What do you guys want to do?
Message.
They're gonna fight the
I would
giant.
see if they're on this floor. See if they're like fighting in that group. So perception check to do that.
Fighting in what group? Is you only see like these two giants.
There's just 2 giants just standing there.
And I'm
We don't
just
see them
making
fighting.
Sure that there's not a dead Darth.
Okay, so you're gonna point towards there and then use your.
No, I'm going to use my action to do a perception check to see in the range that I can see from right now. I'm not gonna metagame, so I'm gonna say like I would check. We went up
Okay.
a level. Do I
Right.
see them here? I'm gonna do a perception check to see if I can see anything in this area that would indicate that they're on this floor.
All right, I'm waiting for you to roll.
Explaining why I was choosing that.
Nope, that's fine. 14. So a perception check. You don't see any indication that they're here, and the giants pay no mind to you. They are. You guys, am I correct to think you guys are still in like your robes?
I would not have changed out of them when we started the fight, so yes, we
Yeah.
should all be in our robes.
We would all be in our robes.
Fuck. I know where
didn't-
people's
we
going with that.
We didn't undo anything.
Oh
Our
shit.
backup plan is we have the symbol.
But they didn't pay any attention to Darth and me.
Yeah, and I don't
I
make
guess
any
that-
noise.
Yeah, but they were actively playing baseball with some kobolds. These guys aren't.
Yes,
Oh,
their
oh,
passive
okay.
perception though, they rolled a 22.
Passive perception
So-
is not a rule, but yeah, that's fine. Their perception, so that's fine.
Damn.
So they
Don't forget.
they kind of look at you, and you just see them like,
If they see us and I see them, I go,
oh, fucking Classicus. Okay, what a joker. Alright. And then just kind of like
I don't.
turn you on.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't trying to do this back to them. I was just trying to just do like
Right.
you know the awkward.
we walk
like,
away.
I'm just
We
doing
walk
it
off.
back and trying to like learn
Yeah.
like secret handshake, but don't know the secret handshake. Like yeah, like awkward.
Yeah,
like,
and
oh,
they-
fuck.
they
Just turn around and go.
They immediately catch on and they start cracking up, and then they
Cool,
just pick
cool,
up
cool,
another
cool,
ball
cool, cool, cool,
and
cool.
just like
Cool.
golf swing them off the fucking.
Like we got a bag full of heads of people that we just killed in here. Like we could definitely tell them we're not dragon cultists if it comes to it. So
What are you guys gonna do?
Interesting.
that was my
Valen?
action.
I'll
Valen, you just seen all this happen. What do you want to do?
Family goes to push them off the edge.
I know what Dart. I know what Leon and Val want to do, but I don't know if I want to fight them.
Whoa! What the fuck do you mean I want to go fight them? I am the one goddamn person in this entire goddamn group who is actively every single week saying, hey guys, maybe we don't have to fucking murder every single goddamn NPC that we see on the fucking screen every single goddamn time.
I
The
don't
one
really
person who
wanna
does that.
fight everything. I want to steal
But
first,
we
then
do.
assassinate.
No, we do. We 100% do. I follow what ends up happening, but I'm always the guy who's like, hey guys, maybe we shouldn't.
So you feel this like kind of reassuring hand on your shoulder, and Val leans over. He's like, no.
No. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Terry out here trying to say that I'm a murder hobo like the rest of y'all assholes.
So we're in robes, so they see us as dragon cultists.
No, they no longer did, because when he did this, he made them realize that they're not part of the cultists. That this was a symbol that Lagathicus had given you
Correct.
all in order to travel freely around this particular SkyCastle.
Well, then, in that case, I will move up. Just walk casual.
Well,
I'm not in a back, right? So I can walk however long I want.
Yeah, you have a couple minutes to fret around here. I would say,
Okay. So I basically walk up there and say that, hi.
I'll
So-
walk with him so he doesn't.
do you speak?
you do
happen to
you.
speak? You happen to speak giant?
Oh, that's true. Hold up. Let me see my character.
Music is a universal language.
why did we disengage the situation and re-engage
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I don't know why Terry's going up.
This is Terry. He's playing the game.
Valen has his ways, man.
I will follow him and make sure my bard doesn't die. Hopefully.
His voice is a universal language.
But right now they're friendly with you, Terry.
While Terry's looking that up,
And they
I just
remember
saw-
he would know that because we diffuse the situation, they currently think that we are working for their
You
leader.
speak okay. You speak Celestial, Common, and Elvish, Valen.
So he does not speak giant.
Do you want to do if I would say if you were to do some sort of pantomime we
Sing
can
a
maybe work
song.
this out. No songs.
No
if
song.
Vale can do pantomime,
To point. Okay. All right. Let me see.
you can't. You actually have to do it, and I will try to
I
figure out what you're
understand.
trying to say.
Understand. Hold up.
While Terry's thinking, can I just make
So
one quick
I'll-
announcement? Oh, never mind.
So our point is to find Dartharius and Ulan, but they haven't noticed them too.
You don't know that.
We don't know that.
Oh, I can. Okay.
Hopefully, the point of this conversation is so that you can ask them if they've seen them or not, and give us directions if they've seen them. Otherwise, probably just
I did a
go.
perception check to see if I seen any evidence of them here, and that was it. I didn't see any evidence of them here at the 14. Nothing to say yes or no, but just nothing.
You rolled at like a 20 something, right, for your perception?
No, 14. It's still in there.
Okay, then.
And I said I see nothing of a yes or a no is what I interpreted that is.
So I figure out. So basically, I walk up nearby the giants and then kind of wave at them.
They look down at you.
Okay. So, and I bow first, and then basically point it at myself and Vale, and then
I give them the salute.
okay. So
What salute? I'm sorry. And then you just see them all kind of.
That was for the.
And they start to chuckle again.
Yeah. So I look at him and basically point at myself and Vale, and I say, "What? Ulan is the tallest in the group, right?
He's taller than Darth. Yes.
Ulan, can you give me some verbal description of what you're wearing and stuff?
I'm not with you.
No, he's just asking you. Like,
Oh,
what would you
let's
have?
see. I have my mossy hair. It's a green mossy hair, green mossy beard, and then I got like a little vest-like thing on. I got my bulging muscles, and then
Yeah, we totally don't have art for this that you could go look at or anything that I didn't spend hours making for everyone.
Provided. Yes. Hold on.
So, Valen continues to kind of like pantomime, and then
Yeah. So.
And the whole time Val's behind him with like a wanted picture of all.
Yeah,
of them.
can I have like a sketchbook and just like sketch them out? Be like this.
there you go, Valen. I posted a picture of me again.
No, hold on. Okay. So hold up. Yeah. Hold on a second. So.
I don't know why I was signing, thinking pantomiming was the same
at,
thing.
so I pointed at giants and basically saying and pointed myself and Vale and then said that. And then with the beer and long stick,
yeah.
other one and number.
All right, can I get a performance check with this? And he points back towards the spiral staircase, and then he's like indicating.
All right, I quickly grab Valen by the elbow, and then wave goodbye and briskly walk the other direction.
All right. You guys have like, as you guys venture towards the top of this thing.
So close.
You can move all of us.
So close.
I'm gonna say, your time is up.
Who are you talking
You guys
to?
walk out. The three of you. You guys walk up onto the. You guys walk up onto the main level, and you see this kind of jarring sight of all these ogres, and this like sickening thudding sound, like someone stuck a rotisserie chicken into a bag and then beat it with a bat.
Oh my
I'm
god,
sure
that's
everybody
horrible.
everybody is familiar with that sound. As you see, these ogres are like playing toss with these kobolds and then just smacking them with their clubs. They don't have any attention drawn towards you. Ulan Darfarius, can I get a perception check?
Can we message and do D100 again?
If I can have that.
Ulan, you see your comrades as they before you go into this thing, you see them wander up and like kind of they're not looking at you, but you see the back of their heads as they're looking around.
Before I'm up the ramp into the door, or
Before you go into the door.
before we go into the door.
Yeah.
Hey, Darth, look, there's our compatriots. Look.
Alright, when we get up to the top, I'm gonna try to do message
Alright.
again.
I wave over. I wave to them.
I assume he's not yelling, so I wouldn't know. Wait. Actually, I would just do a perception check first. Would I? It'll be a
I mean,
it'll be a counter perception
we're all
check.
out. Like we all like would get up to the top of the stairs and then look around to see if we see them. Essentially, is how that would play
Yeah, so
out.
let's get a perception from everybody. And I want it from everybody since you guys are all looking.
Yeah.
DW, you immediately spin around at the tower and you see Ulan just like waving at you.
I cast message now. I hit Val and Valen and go. And I cast message. I pull up my copper wire and cast message. What the hell are you guys doing up there?
I'll also cast
see
that
the
to be like,
ogre uprising going on right now.
Yes.
why?
There's 2 ogres in here, and there's a whole bunch of ammo. What we were thinking is that we're going to kill these ogres.
You guys.
Go in and start. He needed to beat some heads.
Say,
And we're gonna
why
start
would you even do that? We're not.
throwing spears and stuff one down and kill all the other ones.
Valen, you're not a part of any of this conversation. I love your enthusiasm, but right now they're using their message.
You don't have a walkie-talkie in this situation.
After
I'll quickly relay the conversation to him. Be like, this is what he's saying. He's being an asshole. Fuck you.
Valen does pick up that Val is flipping him off.
you guys start attacking the ones on the bottom while we start throwing stuff down there at them.
Why? Okay, hold on. Why would the 2 of you who attack in fucking melee combat all the time put yourselves in a fucking tower and leave all of the ranged people down here to fight the hordes of them in melee combat? Oh my god, you guys.
Well, we have these strong muscles that can throw all the way down there. You got those spindly.
You might have, and I cast message again. You might have the strong muscles, but you have the dumb brains. Please don't start this.
As you guys continue to discuss reading this thing,
Darth
you
is
just hear this like
too.
shattering sound,
Well,
and you look off to your left, standing on the
What's
on the
to our
precipice
left?
of this tower.
Wilgothus.
No, but we wouldn't know that.
You see this giant stride up to the top of this window, hair silverly long, blowing in the wind. There they are. You puny fucks, come. You did what you said you would do.
Yep.
Let my ogres enjoy this.
Sure.
But thank you for what I can only assume would have been a mighty fight.
It was definitely mighty, and a little bit of poop comes out.
Mighty indeed.
I have to say that
Everything we had.
On
I
down.
never expected you all to live through this.
Well, I just
That
hope
is-
this goes to show.
Eyes
You're-
darted Darf real quick.
Oh, I
fast
just
one.
said Ulan
As
and
he-
Darth were like sliding down.
Okay, so he didn't see it.
No.
There for a second there, you
He
saw him
thought-
kind of like,
We did.
no,
And Ulan also is going to cover up the hammer because he does know about that we might not supposed to be having it. So as we slid down, right as we're getting down to the bottom, Ulan covers up Darth's hammer a little bit.
You hear him all of a sudden speak this.
You're talking about his
Darth, you gonna let him do that?
Other hammer.
Yes, he's talking about covering up.
It was a joke. It was an indie one.
The mall. Yeah.
It was from Dr. Horrible Sing Along blog.
Yeah.
Darth, does that sound good?
Does anybody understand ogre?
Yes.
No.
Because you all of a sudden Blogoth starts speaking in this language that's maybe not understandable to most of you.
But when
if anybody who
no one has ogre. No one does.
but ogres don't speak ogre. They speak common and giant, don't they?
Ogres, there's not a language called ogre.
Oh yeah, giant. So does anybody speak giant?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so
Everyone
you hear Blogothus say to the ogres, "Fetch us a feast, a mighty feast for tonight. We're going home. Fuck these goddamn cultists." And then the ogres start to like
robe and throws it onto the ground.
yes, fuck them. And then the ogres kind of like disperse throughout the castle as and within minutes you see them like pulling giant tables out.
I'll take my robe off, but I'm just gonna.
I take mine off and put it in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
And then if I see Ulan throw his on the ground, I'll go by and pick it up, put it in the bag of holding. We'll need these later.
Okay, so
Somebody has to be.
within the next half hour, as you guys.
So I take it we get a rest, a little short rest while they're.
Yeah,
setting
short rest. Unless anybody wants to do anything, but the ogres start immediately mobilizing to pull tables out from some of the different places. You had heard like when Blogothas had presented himself to you all with like this thundering background. All the ogres from level 1, level 2 start like cheering. There's no hostility towards you guys right now. You guys are kind of heralded as champions, and they seat you in a place of honor at a table.
I whisper over to Darth. We probably did.
Yeah, may I roleplay
East.
a little bit? Okay, so where is the icon for Blagasos?
He's not on the screen.
I can put it on the screen, but right now he is standing at the top of this tower.
Okay, so I walk up to him, and basically I ask him, I speak in common tongue, you understand me, right?
Let me check.
Good.
He was talking to all of us in common at least once last time we talked to him.
Anything dangerous. I'm just playing.
Common, draconic, and giant. Yes.
Okay, so I basically look up to him and say, "Oh, Blagasos, the mighty one. Thank you for having your minions to prepare the feast for us. Even though we don't deserve your hospitality to this extent. But if you really appreciate our effort in
and you see him kind of like tighten up.
I would very much like to hear the tales between you and your beloved ones, because we came across it would appear to her resting place, and I will have to say the carving and everything in the room is breathtaking. And
you've seen the resting place of my dear Esclerota. He disappears from your sight.
Shit.
Why, Terry? Why? We were fine. We didn't need to talk at all.
You should have sang him a song.
As soon as Terry brought that up, I was just like, oh man.
We knew we were not supposed to be there. We knew we were not supposed to be there.
Too late.
We said repeatedly that we are not supposed to be there, and that was the one place that we should not disturb.
And you guys thought Darth and I were gonna kill
That's
him.
worse. Exactly. That's worse than us. Like veering off. That's literally worse. Like 100 times worse. And
You
it's
just
like
hear
going
this,
into
like,
any fucking
thundering.
tower.
You heard this thundering, horrible sound. Oh fuck, man!
Did that actually just fuck us up?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it did. Yes.
Terry just killed
Would
us.
Valen actually do that, or did Terry forget that we defined the rules multiple times a week or 2 weeks ago now?
He said, "May I role play this?"
He did.
He said, "May I role play this?" And I
It's because we actually the sarcophagus.
we were.
How do you think it got cracked?
What's missing from the sarcophagus room?
You're missing something.
The hammer.
Fuck the hammer. Ah!
And what broke the sarcophagus? Darth
So
with
all
the
of a
hammer.
sudden, within not even a minute, you just feel this fucking thundering. Darth in his head hears, "Oh, you guys are fucked."
I
Hey,
hear
man.
this too somehow, and I'm like, yeah. I turn to the hammer and like, yeah, I know.
I like
Darth-
being fucked.
Just going over
The
it
hammer
now.
starts like shaking in Darth's hand, and he disappears.
Come on, we need him. This is bullshit.
Well,
Uh,
I go over to
Ulan-
everyone else and I say, we either can say the word and I'll teleport there and try
We
to
can't.
fight
We don't have the
them
hammer.
one-on-one. We have to
It's
just say
not based on the hammer, Alex.
you just say the word, so we can all teleport in there and try to
Anywhere in the Sky Castle, you say her name and you teleport there.
and we'll fight him and
Yeah.
all the ogres.
Yeah, we can all go there and fight him by himself right now because he's in that room.
Yeah.
If that's what we have to apparently do for some reason, or we could wait. Maybe he's not that mad. Who knows? Maybe our bard could talk us out of it at this point. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we might want to
Alright,
say the
go
name.
whatever.
So
Everyone say the name.
Ulan hears like shouted across the kind of like the vast landscape of this courtyard. Grab them! Grab them
Shit.
all!
Shit.
Who wants to say the name? And everyone says the name.
Yeah, I mean, if they're coming,
You guys all say the name.
Yeah.
if they're coming after us, I would say the name. I
Okay.
think that makes sense, and I would.
So the only one who doesn't say the name is Darfarius.
Can I grab his hammer and say the name?
Yeah, you can try.
No,
All right,
Darth is gone.
Darth is in the hammer.
Oh, he's in the hammer?
He's in the hammer. Can I grab the hammer and say the name?
Grab the hammer.
Can you call Darfarius out of the hammer and then?
Grab the hammer.
I'll grab the hammer and I'll take my damage because you're gonna shoot me into a wall.
Yep. So you take 6 bludgeoning as you try to
Thank
grab the
you.
hammer.
He grabs it. Great.
As you try to grab the hammer, you just immediately launched in the wall behind you. You hit the ice behind you and you fall to the ground. And then you just whisper to yourself, Esclerota. And then you disappear into
Shit.
the hammer remains out in the courtyard with Darfarius in it. You guys enter the tomb. Familiar spot for you guys. You see the carvings, the tomb, nice and pristine. There is no Logothacus in here. Can I get a perception check from anybody?
Yeah, I'm gonna get
Sure.
one.
Sorry guys, I fucked up.
You gotta read your notes.
I fucked up.
Gotta read your
You guys-
notes.
okay.
I know, but seriously, my intention was because we have fixing the sarcophagus. I
What
thought
do
he
you think
would
happened
forgive
to
it.
it?
But
So
It
as,
seemed
I
very
forgot
clear what happened
about
to
the
it.
act.
as you guys find yourself inside of your, you hear rumbling and you hear talking, you hear that lighting, but it's on the outside. That kind of like that thin membrane, that thin layer of ice that kept you from in the tomb and outside where you guys exited when you said his name.
So, like,
You
over
get
here.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we might as well say his name
And-
now and then peace over there.
I would say this is a good place to take a break.
Yeah, I think so
Okay.
too.
I,
We're just about to
I
have
would say this
I'm
is
so
a
sorry.
good
I might have a way out of this, but because of that, we might have a difficulty.
If that way out of it is we killed the cloud giant, I agree with you. If it's not that, I don't.
That's almost the
No.
only way now.
You guys,
You can try.
we're back from the break. You guys find yourselves. This is the eye of the storm. This is that quiet, the swirling chaos around you.
In the eye of a hurricane.
As you guys
There
hear
is
rumbling
quiet.
outside. There,
Can we ride our way out?
you had your bard had misspoken away that set Blagatakis onto a trail in which he notices that the tomb of his beloved has been disturbed. And although there was no sign that the tomb per se was disturbed, it's still pristine. It's still in this beautiful condition, surrounded by this like kind of love letter between this giant and his giantess wife, telling a tale of battles and telling a tale of a love lost. There isn't any disrespect towards the tomb itself, except for one thing. One thing is missing, and that is the mall that is in possession of Darfarius.
No.
Technically, it's in the possession of him.
I am in possession of the hammer.
No,
And the hammer
From,
is in possession of me.
he says from inside the hammer. You guys find yourselves standing there in this dome of ice. What is it that you are going to do next?
We gonna light a fire up in this bitch. It's
You are
cold.
You're not anywhere near here.
We could assume that we saw him teleport, that he teleported here because we know
And he
the
did yell to get
secret
us.
word.
He yelled in giant, telling his ogre.
So we can assume he's back outside. And we've only ever exited at one spot from this.
True, we could try holding his wife hostage, his dead wife's grave hostage.
That's a terrible idea.
My moral compass says that feels very scummy.
It
Also,
is.
this is
but
his house. You think he doesn't have? Like, I feel like being in here is probably the least ideal place to be.
Do you want to say his name and teleport down?
No, hold on. Here's an idea. We could, and I understand that from a tactical standpoint, if we follow him right now and hope that there's not another legion of ogres on the other side, we could catch him by himself. And if we're fighting him, that's the most tactically advantageous way to do so. Or we could go about not fighting him. And if we wait in here for a few minutes, if he walks around to try and go back to the tower where he knows that we were with everyone, and he walks that way and they're all looking for us over there, and then we pop out over on the other end on the right side of all of this and go up to his room where he can't find us. But the issue is that we still have no way off of this castle, so like
The longer we wait, the more likely he's going to move the ogres into positions to always have an ogre somewhere. So we can, if we move now, there's a chance that there's not ogres where he is right now. If he moves back to where we were, he can just send ogres in here, keep ogres with him, whatever. I mean, the whole reason we came in here was to fight him on his turf. Also, if he goes back there, guess what he gets? He gets Darth and the hammer. So, like, that's probably...
That's right, he didn't come with us.
So, I mean, I say we just go out now and...
We can't pick up the hammer.
Yeah,
I can't.
We hope no one else can either, and we try to take him on with the few of us that are left.
So we wait 2 minutes, then say his name and
No, I
teleport
said
out.
we go now. 2 minutes. He might make it back
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah, we
Okay.
would have to go now in order so that hopefully we don't compromise Darth.
Everyone says the name. 3, 2, 1.
Scleroda? No, Bolgothus.
Locus.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, this is where we teleport?
Yeah.
We haven't
Zoro
teleported.
always work.
This
Oh, I
is
thought
where-
we teleported on the
Nope.
other side.
Mm-mm.
We went out of here the second time.
How'd the ogres get over here?
Just different group.
Different ogres. Fuck.
Stand still. You have tried my patience. Answer for your crimes and let me know why you have decimated my wife's final resting place.
With all due respect, we never desecrated
She was
her.
hot, bro.
You weren't here.
You shut up, Hammer! You desecrated her tomb, you know. I gave you safe passage. I will give you this one opportunity.
We were following the dragon cultists. We followed one.
I know about the dragon cultists. Why did you desecrate my tomb?
Did you know that the Red Wizard found your tomb when we chased him in?
I pull out the head of Wrath Mordor from the bag of holding.
No, pull off one of the other Red Wizards.
There were only 2 of them.
Is that one of the Red Wizards?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah. Okay, I don't know which. There's like a bunch
Don't
of R's,
worry,
a bunch
I
of Z's.
spent plenty of hours going through all of our notes to make sure who's who and who's where and which head's in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Pull out the head of Wrath Mordor.
Speak.
You,
I'm just backing you up on this. This is all you. I'm just sitting here holding this thing.
You wanted us to get rid of them. You had a vampire problem, you had a dragon cultist problem, you had a red wizard problem. We didn't know where we were going. We didn't know what he was trying to do in there.
Where's the mall?
What mall?
Don't. Do a deception check.
That's what I was trying to get for.
Does he get advantage since I'm helping with the head of Wrath Mordor?
No.
Okay, just wanted to ask. That's fine.
He's pretty convinced you guys are
Just wanted to see if I could get anything. That's fine.
Yes.
You.
If I can.
lean over and slap his ass real quick.
No, I'm just.
I need you to do a stealth.
A sleight of hand. It's a sleight. I would be a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Yes, do a sleight of hand.
Before Viva gives us the answer, guys, do you want me to burn a luck to? I'll burn a luck. I'm gonna burn a luck and just re-roll. I can choose which of the 2 I take. So I'm gonna roll again. I have 3. I haven't burned any today. Okay, so I'm taking
Take the first one.
Yeah, taking the HP.
Just take the first one.
I had luck.
No,
so
100%. That was a great use of it.
I was thinking about it. I was like,
100%.
if I got a higher roll, we could have gotten like in the 20s.
He snaps his
good.
Yes, he snaps his
so
finger, and all the
Roll the
ogres
d4.
move
All
up.
right, now we're up to 20.
All the ogres move closer to you. Tell me, you don't know what happened to the mall
There were
because
oh, sorry.
there is only one way off this castle, and I promise you, none of you will survive it.
There were 3 red wizards. We have killed 2 of them. Okay. Our dragonborn might be watching basketball. But there were 2 of them. One of them has escaped. He is no longer here. He jumped when we were fighting the dragon. I don't know what he had with him because we were not able to apprehend him. He is no longer on the tower. And as such, that was our deal, was to alleviate the people here, the pests, as you called everybody. And we were not trying to offend or do anything. We were not given a map. We were just going where there were intrusions and removing them to the best of our ability that we thought would please you. When we found out where we were, as Valen, our esteemed Bard, was, I think, trying to say, we were not trying to cause a commotion, but that is where we ended up. We are sorry that we were there, and we're sorry for this misunderstanding. And we're sorry that there's a lot of hot sauce. But we don't have. I don't know what you. I'm sorry for your loss in general.
Hello.
They're saying hello. Yeah, I heard. Hi, buddy.
You hear Blogathakas start to speak, but he's speaking in a manner that only Ulan understands. And Ulan, he's directing the ogres to escort you to his tower.
Just Ulan? Or all of us?
Well, how many of you understand John?
No, it's just him. I'm sorry. I can't ask that question. I don't know.
Sorry, I was muted. I'd be whispering it to everyone translating.
The ogres start to move. And then Blogathakas looks at you. I'm perplexed. I ought to give you the benefit of the doubt, but I don't trust tiny, pathetic beings like yourself. I'm the one who taught you the fucking thing. The ogres all the ogres are cracking up seeing you do this.
Couldn't help it.
They escort you into. They're escorting you towards this tower here. You guys gonna go willingly?
I will go willingly, but with caution, and be ready
Where
to
is he?
spawn.
Right in front of us.
I want to know where he's going. Is he going with us?
Is he following behind us as we're going?
He's staying still as the ogres lead you into that tower.
So we're slowly walking away, and DW's looking over his shoulder.
I would say, before we start walking too far, I would say, I'm sorry for this. I don't want us to ruin the celebration we were about to have. We'll I mean, obviously, I can see that they're pushing us on, right? Like, it's not. I don't need to speak giant to see that they're escorting us, right?
Yeah.
So, we done as you ask.
I never asked you to steal.
We didn't steal, but we can hunt down the person who did.
Are you proposing that you will return it?
We'll need to find the red wizard who has it.
Where did you see it last?
All we saw was a blur jumping out of the pit by the horde.
It was a fearful red wizard jumping out of a hole.
How long ago?
Probably would have been, what, an hour ago from now?
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half, maybe.
But do we have to tell him the truth?
Maybe 2.
We didn't know what he had, and
I mean, this is us debating like what the actual time was, not actually.
I'm debating on just not telling him how long ago it was.
All right, if you're the one who's leading that part of the conversation, then you make that decision without asking the rest of us because it's on you at that point.
He was there during the fight with the dragon, and he fled after we defeated the dragon. We did not know. We don't know what he had with him, but we know that all the Red Wizards were working together. We have 2 of their heads.
Pull out the head of Hezbrar or Joss and put it back in the bag of holding.
They're not going anywhere with it.
I hate that I have to carry heads.
You are disturbing creatures.
Agreed. I actually don't know if a giant would be that like taken aback by this, seeing as how he's trying to rule the world, enslave the Goliaths.
You're pulling out like a menagerie of heads. Like anytime something comes up,
I understand.
I got a head for that. I got a head for that.
In the
right.
All right.
That's weird to a lot of people, but I don't know if this giant
I'm
would.
gonna say this giant is like, you guys are a little fucked up.
I saw
Also,
those
he also
videos.
asked you guys to go be mercenaries.
These heads have value.
They have no value for me. Now, we're currently traveling far north, and you lost them an hour ago.
Roughly.
Viva, I'm holding you to this. You said we're traveling north. It's going in my notes for future reference in case you wondering.
Oh yeah, I know
We
where
don't
we're
know how
going.
long we've been
All right,
traveling north.
all right. I'm just putting that in my notes, just letting you know.
Hey, Vivo. When you say you know where we're going, does that mean you're going to me?
Going to you?
Darth wants his turn. He wants out of the
It is
hammer.
your turn, Darth. I messaged you.
No.
Block a cuss.
Nothing happened.
What the fuck?
You have to say the other name.
You know how long I've been fucking practicing block a cuss? And you want me to fucking say another name?
Oh man, your mic, man.
He can't do anything. He's in a wind
That's
tunnel.
hello.
Let him live in a wind tunnel.
Yeah, Terry. That's why I don't get hot.
So you had been sitting inside of this great mall for a minute. Your new best friend telling you, "Come on, let's just sit this out, man. Your friend's about to die, but I got you. They're gonna weaken up all these ogres. After that, you and I will just go through capping these skulls. It'll be beautiful. So what do you say? Sit this one out? Should we sit? No? All right, man. And you feel this like rumbling in your body, and all of a sudden you shoot out, and you're sitting on the top of the courtyard with the maul in your hand in front of 3 ogres. They start yelling across the courtyard.
Can we hear it? Or are they? Their voices
You
probably
understand giants, and you just hear over here, over here.
Doesn't give Wuon much to go on.
Logathuckus turns to you guys. Come with me.
And,
And you
We
guys-
follow him that way.
And you guys, escorted by the ogres, find yourselves in front of the courtyard, across from Darfarius, wielding, covered, right? You had covered the mall.
He has to answer.
Ulan has to answer. Ulan did it.
No. Ulan covered it, but then Darth came out, and now it's in his hand. So he just nodded his head, but
It's still covered, right?
yeah,
It's more like this. It's more like
up his ass.
what? What? I look conspicuous to you?
If
I don't,
see it, I'm gonna.
because I'm not.
Shit. I can cover it.
So is it-
Theoretically, if he had extra,
Darfarius, here's a voice. Hey man, I know that we have some fun, but I want to sit this one out because I've met that man before and you ain't gonna make it. I don't believe in you. And then you just hear this ping, this ringing in your ears. And then that ringing kind of gets like quieter and quieter. You no longer hear the voice. The maul in your hand stops vibrating. And you're standing in front of your friends with ogres all around you and this giant with this silky hand who kind of like exudes this static energy that kind of like sparks in the air. You feel it like everybody else feels the hairs on their arms kind of like start to move and peel away from their skin.
I'm gonna
How
I'm gonna
far?
rage mode. And I'm gonna attack this one.
Did you listen to anything?
We were stopping the fighting. We had no reason to fight.
Hey, Darth, do you really want to fight? Because they were stopping it.
We were really trying not to fight here. Like, we got through 3 rounds of trying not to fight. God.
Do you hear his voice? Do you hear his pitch? Of course it's worth it.
No, he left you.
No, he left you. You're by yourself, Darth. You don't have a weapon anymore.
You don't-
No, I was talking about Alex though. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, Dog King, you hear him? You hear you hear the pigeon's voice, right? That was worth it.
We're not
That
near
was
you
worth
yet.
it.
How close
You're
are we?
right there. He says I can see you. He says I can see you. I'm
You
standing
can
in
see us, but you're right now. You're 110 feet away from me. You can't talk to me like that.
front. I can hear you. Don't I have immaculate hearing. That's what I was told.
Maybe you guys start messaging before this thing kicks off. You guys can whisper plenty.
I think
But I mean, we've been talking, and I just feel like
Exactly. We've been doing a lot of talking. Let's do some fighting. I want
do
to
not
knock this
wanna fight.
motherfucker out.
I'm telling
We're
you right
going
now,
to-
we do not want to fight with this many people. I've said this many times out loud. We do
Persuade.
not want to fight.
Persuade me.
There is no.
Persuade me. Let me see.
We will all die, and the game will end.
we're just gonna have to let Darth die.
Persuade me.
Ulan wouldn't do that.
Liam, roll a persuasion.
This isn't a persuasion. This is Alex
Why?
talking to him. I'm not talking to him.
Why not try to persuade? But you could persuade with your eyes.
Persuade him with an 82.
it's not a persuasion roll. But
It is for me.
I would have done it.
Yeah, that would have done it.
I give Darth a look.
Like, I know this isn't as much fun as fighting everything, but like this is not like, I mean, this is suicide. Like, I don't understand why we set up, like, not to set up the fight. We
Roll
go
a
through it
persuasion.
twice, and then we
Roll a
immediately go and fuck it up.
Liam.
Man, I'm
Sorry.
not.
Viva said.
Make him roll. Make him roll.
Roll
I'm
one
gonna
d.
roll a 1, and then I'm just gonna walk away. Like, it's like, whatever.
I think that's convincing enough, don't you think, DM?
It's up to you. So
Listen.
you see Liam just like
That's the roll.
giving you this.
I
Like,
was gonna say if he rolled 9 or less, I wasn't gonna be persuaded, but you rolled a 10.
all right, so
I'm
this
persuaded.
is up. This is
I won't
up
fight.
to Darfarius. So Darfarius
I won't
sees
fight.
Liam just like giving him this like, please.
Like this.
Yeah.
I'm
This
getting
is
one
up-
of these.
This is up to Darfarius.
Get one of these. All right.
Yeah.
I won't fight. I want to see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's do it.
He's also
Power
just
away.
free to cover up the hammer.
It's still covered.
Yeah. The
Okay.
hammer's covered. The hammer's covered.
Log
The
off
hammer
this.
is so far up my ass. It's pleasing.
Okay.
Logathus approaches all of you. I don't quite. I'm much more uneasy than I was when I asked you to start this bigger task and come sit at the tables. Let us discuss this. Valen, I believe you had some questions for me. The ogres
Yeah.
kind of like really slowly kind of move. They're not going to sit at the tables. And they move to the outside walls. And they watch as you guys slowly start to sit at them.
Is there food on the table?
Slowly, they're like as time passes, more and more things start to appear. There
Well,
are very few remaining kobolds. They're terrified and they're shivering and they're holding like plates of like food and they're bringing them up and they're setting on things and then quickly disappearing, getting the fuck out of there because they don't know if they're gonna get picked up and batted off.
Okay, so am I allowed to ask the question now?
Yeah.
Okay, so so as my companion Leon has explained, but again, I would offer my profound apology if you ever felt that we trespass in offense to you and your beloved ones. But
You know,
but as a bard who have seen many wonders and many things around this world, and I've been traveling for decades, but I have never seen such things as marvelous as the story that's depicted on the wall. If you would grant us the pleasure or the honor to learn exactly what happened between the giants that depicted in the wall and the dragons, and exactly what happened back in the history.
Ulan hears this next part. Bring me some of the wines. Bring me some of the drinks.
Oh,
And the ogres
Ulan just has a giant grin on his face
Yeah.
right now.
sat down in front of many of you are these huge casks. And Blagathus sitting next to Valen takes a giant sip and
Ulan picks up one of the casks and takes a giant sip as well.
I am much older than you may expect, and there is history. Built this castle so that I could escape some of it. See, my wife, and pardon me if I don't say her name, she and I, we met on the field of battle. Years and years ago, we fought. Centuries ago, we fought on the battlefield against a great danger. Against a great dragon who had vowed to decimate the entire world. And with the help of the inhabitants of the world, we had been able to set back their ability to take over this world for a while. But us giants, we're destined to rule this world for in the end. That is our destiny. And unfortunately, my wife is unable to see that. I lost her to some sort of cancerous spell that was cast upon us. I saw her wither and die. I had to leave my kind from the north and rise above the world. There was just too much I could not bear. There's a war coming. And it's likely we'll be on opposite sides. And he looks at Ulan. I'll crush your skull. It'll be one skull that won't even remember, but the war is coming. I'm headed north to rise the giants once again. I'll give
Thank
you
you for sharing the story with us.
And then he waves for another round. Tell me about you, little one. You seem to have traveled through the years. You'd be surprised how many of our paths have crossed.
Where do I even begin? For the longest time, I've always thought the world would be enough for me. For decades, I've been enjoying just traveling along, doing performance across towns, between bars and pubs. People cheer for my performance, and I sing for them. But then something happened in the past that all of a
Get him
sudden,
on screen while he's still manageable.
Cute.
Kate just walked him.
That's a big pup.
so
Don't eat my microphone.
something
He's about
Something
to go play,
happened
and then
in
hopefully
the
go
past.
have a nap.
I no longer feel fulfilled
I figured I'll bring him on while he was.
as a
Still-
bard.
I can pick him up.
So this is the reason
I
why
don't know how he's
I
being so calm right now. He was just biting me and Kate. Alright, I'm gonna give him back to Kate. I'll be right back.
Keep going, Terry.
so now there's a goal to my journey. So this is why I've been traveling with my companions, in hoping I can find the person and the thing I'm looking for to make my life fulfilled.
I get that, little one. And he pats you on your head and it hurts your spine a little bit.
And I choke on the wine a little.
I will tell you. There's so many wars about this world. I've lived through them. I've seen them and they run on a loop. There are people who look for it. There are people who avoid it. But I will bring this war to my people, and we will crush you, little puny fucks. And then he just takes another big swig. I look forward to drinking your blood, but only on the battlefield. For now, we head north.
Nice. Okay.
We will give you a room and board, but I tell you now, I'm not going any further north.
How far north are you going? Don't mind me asking.
Well, let me tell you, in just a couple seconds, how far north I am going. I'm almost ready to tell you.
Still talking slowly.
And
Sorry, guys. I wanted to bring Ezra on for just a split second while I could hold him. So
we all
You're
love
taking
it.
another big swag right now.
Yeah.
You don't have to apologize. You kidding me?
I heard him barking, so I wasn't sure if Kate needed help, but then I figured I'd bring him on. So
Thank you.
I will become the SkyCastle will be coming to a reach to a halt at the spine of the world. Just north of the Evermoors.
can we? I know I haven't been. My character hasn't been talking because he was aloof for some reason. Would it be Does my character feel like it'd be inappropriate for me to ask a question right now?
I guess you would understand that like there's a certain way to ask a question.
Right. I missed the conversation, so I missed the like lead in for the way we're interacting right now. So the question I want to ask is where were the dragon where was our original destination when we were heading east with the dragon cultists? But I would phrase it in whatever the correct, camaraderie we would normally have with.
Is that something that Luan can ask since he just asked like where we're going right now?
Yeah, if Ulan's close enough to me, I'll just kind of like just say, hey, can you ask him also where we were going? Just so, we're not completely, like, we know where there's another Dragon Cultist hotspot after this.
By the way, where were the dragon cults is trying to take your SkyCastle to? Where were they pushing you towards? Were you always planning them to take them to the north as well?
No.
And then slaughter them
We're
around?
heading much further south before I
South?
decided that maybe I'll put my faith in you. So originally we were headed southeast. But
southeast of.
But I put my faith in you, and I figured, no, maybe now's the time to rise the giants from the north.
So we would be on something.
So out of character, he's saying that he is raising and he is trying to rally the giants for this impending war that he knows is coming, and he looks forward to killing and slaughtering us all and drinking our blood on the battlefield. Yet he's putting his faith in us currently.
He doesn't want to fight us in
you. No, not currently. Earlier. He put his faith in you earlier to take care of the stuff that on the thing earlier. He was just saying, I'm going to slaughter you later.
He's just not going to kill us until we're actually on the battlefield. He wants it to be. Yeah. He wants us to get stronger, so we're more worthy to fight him.
So
he doesn't really see you guys as he doesn't really see you guys as a threat. He you guys are kind of
Our
pathetic.
whole idea at the beginning,
Right.
that he didn't see us as a threat.
Giants are kind of like Nordic in D&D. So like they're a little rebellious and stuff like that, but there's also like the honor of fighting on the battlefield, the honor of like that kind of thing, like if you can fight a greater foe here, you have greater results, like that kind of honor that you gain from it. So there's less honor and there's less success and there's less whatever value, I think, placed in fighting early if you can have a better fight later. And to a trickle down effect, because Goliaths are descendant from giants, they also have in their most Goliath cultures, they generally have that same kind of mentality of those that are barbarian in nature or tribal in nature. They would rather whatever's the best death, a glorious death.
As you guys kind of like ponder what's happening at this table, Blogothus turns and says, "You should know that the cultists are serious about making dragons of power along the coast again. Can you imagine the nerve?"
No.
How
Think
many?
the dragons. Speaking of dragons, I know you're heading towards the spine of the world. Have you heard of a black dragon with blue scars?
No, I have heard of this one. Ferocious. He does not take kindly to your kind after the betrayal.
What do you mean you're kind?
Goliaths.
The Goliaths, you big half babies, you toddlers. No, I've heard of him. And unfortunately, I will bring you within miles of him.
Mm.
And I pray that you do not see him, because what he did to the herd in the Lurk Woods. Oh. No, you know what? There's none left. I'm sure they're all dead by now.
A little tear just goes down Ulan's cheek. Just one.
Tell me now how you will find my hammer. That is the question I want to know.
We have in our midst a bard who has potential. He has great potential. And with that, in our travels, we will grow stronger and have the ability to find objects wherever they may be if we have seen them before. And thus we can track this down. And we are not far off from obtaining this type of power.
In addition,
Could you tell us anything about the hammer as well? Is there anything that we should be worried about?
Oh, well. It's an interesting hammer for sure, because...
Yeah, you want to know about the hammer? You don't want to know about the hammer. That motherfucker will tell you things.
Oh, you've seen this hammer.
Knock you down like ducks in a row.
Hold on.
Dar's whole setup was just so he can bring the ducks out. He just wanted to say that. So he can bring the fucking ducks out.
My God. That was
He had
amazing.
this all planned. He didn't care when. He's like, this is how I'm bringing them out. It's gonna show everyone.
No, this one knows. Makes me wonder if you've seen it.
Can we say Darth actually has ducks in the games too? He's like wanting to know where a bath is.
We've clearly already stated that we've seen it, so that we can track it down later.
Yeah.
No, I warn you. This is not a weapon for most individuals. Be very wary when you get it. Do not.
Let it mind fuck you.
Do not let it touch your skin. Bring it back to me.
I have. We have plans, obviously, to continue to track the dragon cultists, to defeat them, to prevent them from continuing to grow in power. And
Well, your plans are over because I'm taking you up north.
but the hammer is at least in the hands of a dragon cultist allegiant supporter, if not outright a dragon cultist. So
That's not good for anybody because that hammer is crazy powerful.
but if you want it back and we want to fight them, he is one of our next leads on continuing on the dragon cultist thing. So it's likely that we would cross paths with him again, and we could retrieve that.
You can drop us off where you're going, though.
I'm not saying divert. I'm just saying I'm just continuing on with how we will find it for you. In addition, like we have many leads on where to find this wizard that we're searching for. But because you have such a great giant army, and you do not seem to take well to the dragon cultists rising in power, I have 2 questions, and it could be less questions if these have already been asked while I was away. One, are the giants interested in continuing their traditional fight against the dragons and seeking them out and destroying them like they have in the past, or at the very
We're
least
very much
preventing them?
interested in taking back the world as we know it.
That's what I was wondering.
No, you will make.
How can we
Good
get in
for-
contact with you if we need,
Servant.
if we have targets for you, opportunities for you? How would you like to phrase it?
No. You'll bring me the hammer. And I will not be at your beck and call. You will bring me the hammer. You will find me. That is the end of this.
Will you always?
And then he just grabs you and he squeezes you by the neck.
Seeing this happen, Val tenses up and like puts a hand on one of his short swords. He's getting ready.
Don't worry.
I'm not doing anything, but I'm unintentionally like tensing up and getting ready for a fight. Seeing this happen,
I am telling you, you will bring me my hammer. You will restore the tomb to which it was before you came into my world. And then he sets you down.
I'll restore the tomb before you let the dragon cultists into the world.
Wait a minute. If the hammer just can't touch your skin, I have gauntlets on.
Don't argue with it right now. This is not the time to argue physics right now.
So the idea was Dark picked it up first. Skin to skin. He touched it.
The innuendos are already starting in my head.
Yeah.
Tip it's a tip. Like like it.
So you guys contribute. So this
I got a chuckle.
this trip
that's all
north
that matters.
this trip north is gonna take several days. Bloodgoths and the ogres, although they are a little bit suspicious of you all, they're going to let you have. They're not going to stop you from venturing around the SkyCastle. So for the next 3 days, you guys can do whatever it is that you want to do before you guys enter the spine of the world.
Identify any outstanding items.
What?
Yeah.
Not a
Any
thing.
items we had that needed.
Yeah.
I'm blanket stating it now.
What the fuck
Any
does that mean?
items
Like,
we
what
have
does that
not
mean? How am I supposed to
identified,
help you with that?
we are doing it during these 3 days. It's a blanket
like-
statement. We don't have to spend any time on it anymore. Done.
What does that mean? Is there any items that I have not told you what they were?
There were a few that were left out. Technically, there were some spears that we haven't done. The wand of winter, I don't think we've officially done yet. There's a few things we haven't done. If technically any of those +1 weapons were,
They were all just +1s.
then we would just double check those.
Okay.
On just blanket statement saying anything that required identification that we had
Or
on our
attunement.
person, we would. It is really weird that the duck is disappearing. Is it yellow or is it green?
It's green.
Green.
Or is it just being reflected because of the light?
Oh, it's green.
Green.
Anyways, go ahead. So anybody
yeah.
else want to do anything else?
That's what I was going to offer for now.
I would say my 2 cents would be to just lay low until we get there. If we try to sneak around and do anything, we'll end up more than likely causing a ruckus and potentially putting all of this at jeopardy and causing another fight.
Enjoy the ride too. I agree with Val.
I would just say we probably each crafted an extra pouch and for some extra gold that we can put in as well.
Okay, so on the SkyCastle, you guys have experienced a massive library.
Did we?
In the Red Wizard's room with the
Uh-huh.
thing.
I'm pretty sure I would have brought back a book if that was the case.
You
I did.
also found a book with Draconic.
It was Abyssal, wasn't it?
Abyssal.
Yeah, it was Abyssal.
Yeah.
Mhm. Probably-
Yes, that you guys don't know anything about.
Yeah, none of us can read Abyssal, unfortunately. No one has comprehend languages as far
Is
as I
there
know.
anything you guys want to do on this castle?
I mean,
Or
I would like to, like, now that you're mentioning that the library, I would like to go back and look through the library a little just to see if there's anything else that I can find in there, any more additional information about the Red Wizards and what their allegiances and stuff is, other than what we just initially found in the first search, and spend like, a few hours in there looking, reading, seeing if there's any other tomes of magic or anything like
Caitlin,
that.
how about you?
I'm good with just staying in our room to whatever the giant's gonna keep us until like the castle landed.
I probably would have looked at the books too, and along with the crafting of the patches and grabbing some extra gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're asking for another 300 gold from the party funds?
No, I'm going back down to the horde, and
We took all. I've taken all of the gold. If you want other coins, go for it.
Oh, I didn't think we got everything.
To keep it simple and based off of the things that we were given, and we weren't given
But
a
he
percentage,
crafted
we said
another pouch. So
yes, but he's asking to take gold pieces, which I already have all of the gold pieces based on our conversation
Okay.
in the party funds.
That's all he needs to know.
Okay, so we have
Okay, so
all of the
over the
half.
course of the next couple days, Valen goes into hiding, trying to stay out of everybody's way. And Ulan, you're doing what? You're going into the library.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm gonna change up my books that I have right now.
let me get an investigation with advantage.
And guidance. Take it that Vale would have guidance as well if I'm with him.
He asked
No,
you to make the
just you.
just you. You get advantage on your check, is what he said.
Yeah.
Nice rolls.
17 plus.
20.
Okay, so
Give me some books.
there is a particular book. So you're going through a lot of it. There's a particular book that you find interesting, and this is a book that seems popular amongst the giants, and it talks about a war, one of the initial wars against this dragon god.
The War of 1812.
The War of 1812 that everybody knows about. This war took place on a particular plane, and it pitted the residents of that plane against this dragon god who had all intentions of wiping it out. But with the help of a druid and with the help of an elf and an elfin army, they were able to drive back this original fight. But there was conflict after this initial battle. There was conflict about who should rule this world, or if there should be any rules whatsoever. And many of the main players, many of these races that had initially banded together to fight off this dragon god, came into conflict, and they dispersed, realizing that there was never going to be an end to the conflict. That it seemed as though they traded this massive fight against the dragon lords, or this dragon god, and it only just like shifted. It just empowered this other fight. So the druids and the elves and some of the drows and stuff, they just like kind of seeped back into the background. No longer wanting to talk about this war. No longer wanting to be a part of it. The book particularly strike true to you because it talked about a druid that hung out and like kind of like receded into the lurk world. And you're very familiar with the lurk world.
Cool.
Ian, may I also go visit the library?
Oh, now you want to visit the library, huh, guy? Huh? You wanted to fucking sit this one out and hide. Now you want to go to the library.
He needs some hymns. Okay.
You want some lore? All right.
Does it say anything more about the dragon god? Like,
And before he goes in there, I set a library on fire. Fire.
No. Does he say anything more about a dragon god?
yeah, does the book say anything more about like?
Yeah. There's like some mention about like a 5-headed dragon god.
I'll let you message me all the stuff later. I guess.
What's that?
You can message me all the stuff later.
Yeah. I mean,
read it all.
Yeah, Viva, do all the work and then send it to him later.
Yeah. All right. Valen.
Okay. I will attempt to look for books that's related to Spider Queen and also for a individual name.
Taking notes about Valen's backstory.
And then what was the other thing you said?
I will be searching for any books or any mentioning related to an individual named Nerovane.
Can you put that in the chat for me?
Also,
Just so my notes are helpful, not because I'm actually going to metagame you. I just want to have good notes.
Can you roll an investigation?
I think
Thanks, Terry.
Not everybody. Valen, that your investigation was 6.
So I don't see any book, huh?
No, there's not anything that you find useful. You talk with Ulan about a particular Ulan is kind of. Ulan, are you sharing any of this information with anybody?
yeah. If you want to, yeah, I share with the people.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Valen. You're not finding anything. You do enjoy this idea that this thing that Ulan's telling you, but nothing recalls you to anything you know or know about with that particular.
Because Ulan said he's sharing the information, I literally just took my note of what happened during that block of. I probably wasn't there. He probably wasn't talking directly to me, but I just put that out there because Isaac said he's sharing the information with people just to get Alex caught up.
Okay.
Okay, I might have Lord Wood misspelled. Sorry.
So Valen actually, so after Ulan kind of goes strutting around thinking found some shit. Valen pops in thinking, but he doesn't find anything particularly interesting to him.
Is this just stuff that we're doing over the 3 days?
Not like
this is
I'm
gonna.
I'm gonna ask Ulan saying that, hey Ulan, did you find any books or any information interested in here?
I'm gonna say within another 24 hours you can look again, Valen.
Okay.
It's gonna take 3 days. Ulan, you can do whatever you want to do over the next 3 days. Everybody's gonna have about 3 days.
I would say with my roll, I don't need to look at the library again for any other books I want.
I don't think so.
Okay.
If we're doing it this way, I have a few things.
Give me a minute. Give me 1 minute. Vamp a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. One of the things I need to do, I need to ask the group. So of the group that is here, there's a few rooms. I don't really want to do this, but if we're here for 3 days, and
stealing. We already got. We have Alex or David said he got everything in the horde. So
we don't have more.
We got all the gold.
We got all the
gold.
Like okay. we can go back to our little merchant guy and buy all the store.
So then he should also have gotten most of that silver because that's 10,000 gold worth of silver, by the way, too.
Well, you're saying it's not just the gold he got, but he got everything.
Yeah.
So we got everything.
That's fine. I just wanted to throw it out there because, given all of the close calls we would have had, I do not want to rock the boat. All right. I just wanted to give. I just want to throw that. I just wanted to let them know that there was
3 days go by.
Things that we had. So then I would have.
If you don't,
to the library.
If you don't rock the boat, you can't tell anybody. Just don't come a knocking.
That's how boats work.
Okay, so I would be looking for a few things in the library too. So I can do.
I now no longer have any real reason to be in the library at this point. It seems like everybody's combed it pretty well. Just saying.
I'm looking for.
I choose to roll an investigation roll.
Right.
I have not investigated this library.
Starts once
So
I'm
looking
Okay,
for,
so what's happening now? Right now?
We've decided that I was not going to do any stealing of any of the rooms that we skipped. Or
Okay.
like spelunking. So I'm gonna play completely. I'm gonna play the crewmate. For right now. So I'm just gonna spend the 3 days doing what everyone else is doing. So library and
I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna
and
investigation
stuff.
again.
So I'm looking for elven culture stuff on Mythdraenor and anything anything about the Order of Assassins.
Okay.
Wait, why is everybody making another set of investigations? You guys already investigated.
I have
There's
luck in
second
3
day.
days.
It's the second
3
day.
days.
It's the second day.
I have
Yeah.
So-
I'm just gonna roll. I'm gonna burn luck because I have 3 days.
Okay, I'm asking why Terry and Isaac are making another roll when they've already investigated the library.
Because they
It
didn't
is
find
the
anything.
second day.
They didn't find anything worth.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Okay, so we're doing it per day. Okay, I was not sitting down. I just wanted to know.
Okay.
Oh yeah, David, you did miss that. But 3 days of it, you can get 3 rolls.
One more for my third roll.
I mean, like if everybody's just sitting there in the library, I'm assuming they're going to find what information was already in the library. Like, I'm not going to be like, hey, I want to know about this specific book, and then have
So
people
each
materialize
person
it
is
for
looking.
me.
No. Each person is looking for something kind of specific.
And
So
then he can choose whether or not it's there.
yeah. So okay. So Ulan, you're continuing to.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help them find their book since I got my book.
Is that really how you want to spend your 3 days?
I mean, I'll be reading my book too. I don't know what else to do.
I hate you. All
gonna
right. So
train.
DW. So DW did
27.
All right.
27 on what, the
First
third day?
First day. I have
First
luck.
day.
I have luck. It burns it every day, so I can just burn it
Okay.
on my first natural one. I'll just re-roll it, and I got a 19.
You want me to share this information? Do you want me to give it to you later?
This is something we can share with me later. But I'm looking
Okay.
for in the overall, and you can choose any of it or none of it, right? And I'm just gonna I'll take the 27 for all 3 days. Or you want me to roll for all 3 days? You can just choose.
No, just the 27. This is
Okay.
This is
There's 3
satisfactory.
things, and these are the only 3 things that I am personally interested in, right?
Send it to me. Send it to me.
All right, I'll send it to you.
I will give you what information I want to give you,
All
but
right.
I will give you some information. Ulan. Whatever this is.
I don't know.
Valen is 14. Is that your
I like
second day,
Darth just rolling
Valen?
around and stuff.
That's my second day, yes.
Second day?
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of information. Like, what you do is you find some interesting mentions of, like, to the south. Much further to the south. You hear about some of the the things towards, like, the Sunset Mountains.
Okay.
There were instances in which the elves created the half elves. That there was vaguely mention of prophecies and some things that you find interesting, but not very direct.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Anybody else?
David, check your phone.
He's adorable. I would like to say 2 things that I would like to do. My initial reason for going into the library is I wanted to see if there's any additional information that I can find about the Red Wizards of Thay and what their intentions are and what their current plans are in case we missed that initially. I'll make an investigation roll for that. And then the only other thing that I would want to do during this time would be to spend time and go back down to the Horde and see if there's anything else that we missed in our hasty looting. Just like walk around a little bit more, a wider area, look around, use my magic detection to see if I find anything or not that maybe wasn't in the main horde or anything. If I don't
Okay.
find anything great, don't really care.
All
Do you
right.
want me to make 2 investigation rolls?
Yes, please.
So this is that's the library.
And this was towards.
Red Wizards of Thay. You can tell me stuff later, and I can write them down.
I will send you the information about the Red Wizards of Thay.
Thank you. And that's the horde. So I don't find anything down there.
The horde, you guys.
And then
you feel like you picked it pretty clean.
Cool. And I'll go back and sit for the final day and just rest.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything on the final day?
I'm gonna check the books one more time.
All right.
I'm gonna make sure that those vampires aren't coming back.
So you're gonna go back into that tower. You're gonna climb up it by yourself. You still have the rope.
Well, I'll bring the rope. I'll take the rope, and I'm gonna bring. Val, do you want to come?
Yeah, I've got nothing else going on. I'll go with you.
Before I head into the library,
who's not doing anything with anything right now, who wants to go make sure the vampires are coming back?
Hold on. Valenstern.
Okay, so before I go to the library, I will talk to Ulan and request him to give me an inspiration. Well, not like
You have to say a nice slap on the ass.
You have inspiration.
I just slap him on the ass when he comes in.
Yeah. It's like a high five from Mulan.
Okay, all right. So I will roll my
guidance.
Yeah, I have guidance.
You could also give yourself a little jingle and then give yourself inspiration. Like you're about to go real
1d4. Oh, about 19. So how do I do, DM? I'm looking for a book that's related to Spider Queen and also Neurovan.
You finally, after like, because this particular library, like you said, was filled with like kind of trophies, deer heads, some interesting other murdered animals. On one of the top shelves, you finally you crack open a book, and as you start reading it, you're mostly like flicking through and you're looking for pages, and you see one that's in particular. It's this of this arachnid body with this shadowy figure at the top. That at some point that this arachnid starts to like morph shadow style, blurring the lines between reality and fiction. And it draws your attention. You start to read through it, and you realize this particular book is what you've been searching for the last 3 days. That it not only pays homage to the things that you learned as a child, but it reinforces the beliefs that you and your kind have had.
Mm-hmm.
There's substance to this. You tuck this book into your side satchel.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Ulan, you've over the course of, like the first day, you're kind of done with that place.
Actually,
you've grown
to check.
Huh?
The vampire soil that I had that I've been storing away. I would want to see if there's any books like relating to that as well.
You had some pretty good investigation rolls. There was nothing really about.
Okay. Or I want to see like is the vampire soil like doing anything or.
Let me get an investigation check, I guess. Have you rolled one in a while?
I'll roll another one. Do I advantage still or no more advantage?
To you, I guess. You're the slap ass guy.
Oh, yeah. So,
You can give yourself guidance. I don't think you would have advantage on the roll.
Mm-hmm. That. What he said.
oh,
Are you rolling at all? Was my screen
yeah, I had to
frozen?
turn off advantage.
Jesus Christ.
And then
16.
20.
20. So
right cheek or left cheek?
Both.
there's something about the soil. You've had it now in your hands, in your pocket, or whatever, however you contained it, for a day and a half, 3 days now.
However long.
Yeah. It continues to say moist. Moist. It's moister. It's getting moist by the second. Moist. Anybody weirded out by moist? No? All right, well,
I love moist cake.
yeah.
Do I gather from that?
Nothing. Nothing. You don't
No.
gather anything from that.
It's just saying moist.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. This one wants water. Probably wants blood. I'm gonna go talk to Valen alone. Be like, hey Valen, some of the
Yes.
soil that I picked up from the vampire fight. It's just been. We still need to figure out a good way to get rid of it. And it's been whispering moist. It might want blood. I mean, think
It's not whispering moist. God damn it!
Moist.
Every time I open up this bag,
What is it? What
It is
do-
moist. It's been in your pocket. It remains moist.
and it says
Oh,
moist quietly if you listen
I
to
thought
it.
you said
It's like listening to
It's not
this.
talking to you. It's not saying
It
moist.
sounds like the ocean, but it just says moist every time you open it up.
That's what I thought was happening.
Nope.
No, it is moist. It is.
It's moist.
Does this make
It
you
is-
feel uncomfortable? Moist.
It is day. It is day old cake, and it is still remains moist.
Okay.
I haven't said the word moist more than I want to.
Do you watch We Live in the Shadows or whatever?
Can't
it's
say
called?
that enough.
No.
You really can't say that enough.
So Valen,
Say
I
it
have this really moist soil.
Moist.
It is really moist. You don't understand.
Just throw it away.
So, but it could bring the vampire back, and we have to destroy it in the right way. How do we destroy it is what I'm wondering. But right now it's
Okay.
just very moist.
Now say moist.
Ah,
I honestly don't know. How do you want to?
That's okay. So we can always go put it back over in the grave if we wanted to, or we can just take it with us. Do
Are
we
you
leave
around
it
the rest of
here,
us when we
or
do that?
no? I'm just talking to Valen. I'm asking, should we leave the soil here, or should we take it with us until we find a better way to dispose of it?
Because whoever possesses the soil basically gain control of the vampire, right? Because the vampires it's tied to the soil.
Oh yeah, Terry knows all about vampires because if he would have sung, he wrote a super good investigate or history check. So what does Valen know about the soil? As I'm
Valen's
asking.
telling you everything he knows. about-
All right, so I can control vampires with it.
Well, it's like directly control, but like if the vampire ever come back to life, I don't think like he can disobey you. That's what I'm saying.
I'll keep hold of the soils then.
I need to read it again. I had no. Sorry. Let me-
Okay, so you keep the soil.
All right. At one point, I would like to ask the group if we should check back with Blegothus if he is willing to repay us for our deed, or if we think that we got off well enough in the end of that conversation.
I think we
Because
got
there was. All right. I just wanted to make sure. just in case.
So around the third day, he starts to. You guys feel the SkyCastle kind of like slow, and you guys have been on it traveling at the speed for so long that you guys feel like your body's kind of like shift forward, and you realize that like you're coming to a stop for the first time, and you guys start to lower into the spine of the world.
Oh wait, they were still going up into the vampire room.
It's fine. We would have checked it or whatever. I will say, at some point when we're all hanging out during those 3 days, I would want to have a quick note on the plan on arrival. We're kind of going where we want to be.
Wait, what? Huh?
We're kind of going. We haven't gotten in a fight. We kind of whatever. You know, we're kind of where Ulan wants to be. We're you know, if the castle's about to stop, and we know it, do we want to, despite given our interesting situation we've already had to go through the last couple days, and our tenuous relationship with Black Alexis, do we want to get off in the Giants town, city, whatever, or do we want to make an early exit? Because we'll still be within spitting distance within like a day's travel or so if we still just hop off on our own, and I can get us down.
All of us?
All of us.
Oh,
I can
guess
get all of us down. Fine.
Okay. I mean, I have the broom. I can go one of us can go down on the broom. You have Featherfall. We also have Valen's ability to polymorph one of us into a bird to carry somebody. We have a lot of options.
We have a lot of options.
I understand.
I'm just saying we can all just fall together, and then when we get right before, and we can fall, he'll never see us go. We can just peace out, and when we see something we want to go to, we can just drop off, and he won't know where we were. We just need to, just go.
Yeah. The other option I think we potentially have is for us to
never see him again.
Yeah. Yes. I'm not saying that plan is wrong or that we should not take it. I am offering a counter plan in case we want it. Is we can let him know we are departing the SkyCastle early because our next stop is to go take out a dragon to grow stronger in order to gain the potential that we were talking about earlier in order to find his item for him. And that is why we are, departing on our own terms early from before, reaching the end of this journey that he's taking us in the castle. And we can go on our way at that point, and that will keep us hopefully within good graces with him if we decide that is what we need. Otherwise, we're going to disappear. He's going to be like, where the fuck are they? And then we will have to potentially deal with, the outcome of what that might hold later down the road. I'm not saying either one is correct. I am just offering the other side of a option.
Totally valid. Just wanted to give you guys an opportunity to not have to exit in a potentially giant city, like giant, the creatures, not giant
rough
size,
city.
But I would assume it's also giant. This is really awkward. The giant is the key word here. And Ulan, you've already seemed like you didn't really feel comfortable around them. So I wanted to give you this opportunity. We don't have to talk. We can make our exit.
Are you guys discussing this as a group?
We're discussing this as a group, not in the open.
Yeah, this is like at the end of our third day, right, or the night of our second day, whatever.
There's a voice that comes over Darfarius's mind.
Oh, I was about to say all of us. I was like, oh god.
Hey, buddy. I don't know about this group that you're traveling with. There was opportunities to crack some real skulls here, and now they're talking about how do we do this peacefully? How do we escape without anybody knowing? And I'm starting to wonder, Are you worthy of what I could bring? Look, buddy, I'm just saying, I'm not impressed.
I'll
I might
continue to
I might
say-
I might check out of here soon. I'm getting a little bored.
Our priority is not. I know that I don't know that what that conversation was. Our priority is whatever Ulan was looking for in Highmore, which sounds like it's a black dragon.
With the blue sky.
With the blue sky.
So nothing's been easy so far, and then we need to get back on the hunts for these dragon cultists. So.
And once again, I'd like to point out, guys, that we are knowingly going after a dragon again. So, like, we need to be smart about how we approach this.
I don't mind us being dragon hunters. I just want us to be...
No, I don't either. I'm saying we gotta be smart about it.
I'd rather us be the ones springing the trap and not the ones having the trap sprung on.
Yep.
You know, despite all the things I've learned, all the negativity despite the evil that is the Order of Assassins.
Uh-huh.
What
are you guys gonna do?
Techniques of it that is correct, which is, you know, I'd rather, if you're going to be getting into a fight, I'd rather be the one on the offensive than the one being.
So you guys jumping out of SkyCastle early?
I would say
I just
we.
proposed that.
I will go with Vale's plan. We will announce our exit to the giant and then take our leave. There's no reason right now that we'll be stopped by the giant. So why not we just
There is a reason, Valen. As soon as he realizes we lied to him, there's a huge reason.
You're gonna exit anyways, is what Valen's saying. You guys are gonna leave with it anyways, so may as well tell him, hey, we're leaving now. Right?
Yep.
Right, but my
Valen's saying is like, we may as well not be shady and be like, hey,
I know.
all right, we're taking off now.
Because we're under the pretense that we have done nothing wrong, and he has forgiven us for trespassing the tomb. So all we have to do is say thank you for the ride. We will bid our agreement, and we'll find the mall for you. David, what do you want to say?
I just wanted to say I don't want to cut off the opportunity for Darth to have his RP with his awesome sentient hammer if he wants it, because we that did get cut off, but I don't want to cut that off, and so that's all I wanted to do on that.
Hey, buddy, you got anything to say to me? Been so quiet lately.
You're gonna be with me. This is what you gotta get used to. So just sit there and I'll let you come out when I tell you to come out.
You're really trying to do this? Because here's the thing. You're riding with me. Look, man, you felt that power. You felt that power in your hands. I'm not riding with you. You're riding with me. I promise you. I will give you glory.
You can just stop right there because see, I'm riding with them, and you're riding with me. So I'll pull you out when I feel you're ready.
I could tell you right now, we can part ways. I'll find another champion.
You ain't going nowhere because you know you wouldn't have stuck around this long if you didn't feel what I could do to you.
Yeah, buddy.
Wow.
Are you guys still on the SkyCastle?
We always put the hammer back into the tomb as we leave and just do it that way.
When Darfarius says that, he feels this surging. It crosses through his arms, and it launches him backwards. Unfortunate for you all, Nefarious was standing very close to the edge of the SkyCastle.
Oh shit!
Fuck!
It sends him sailing off the side.
Guys, we're making our exit.
I guess we all jump.
Everyone jump.
Pull out the broom of flying and I go after him.
No, if you want a room of flying, there's no reason to catch him. Just jump.
I don't think you're going to be able to weight-wise do anything. But
Sure. Yeah. I'm just going to go after him. If we're jumping, I'm going to hop on the broom and go after him.
So Darfarius flies off the edge of the castle.
Is he still holding on to the hammer? Or did it fall?
No, it left him.
Oh
Oof.
shit!
Wait, so the hammer's on the castle?
Hammer's on the castle.
Or do I see it?
Do you see it? Yes, you do.
I mean, one of us probably would have grabbed it.
My focus is on Darth at this point. I'm out the window.
Yeah, Ulan's probably out the window too.
As we're running. Yeah, as we're running, I'll cast Mage Hand, grab it, throw it, grab it with Mage Hand, throw it out the window with us. We'll pick it up on the window.
Oh, you throw it over the ledge towards where he's going?
I just want it off the castle.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, with Mage Hand, you just cast it immediately, and then you chuck it towards where Darfarius was flying.
And we're all jumping in the same direction.
Is anybody doing anything as you get before you jump?
I'm leaving a note very quickly on the. I'm sorry.
No, Terry, I'm sorry, dude. I just expect you to do other things, as in polymorph.
Oh shit! He jumped out the window.
I'm never going to be able to be playing the same game as you. That you continue.
Here you go.
Like great penmanship or something.
You continue to be a different person. Okay, so you're writing a note, fucking frantically.
Oh my god!
Dear,
get out the pen and ink.
So basically, and then I was dead.
He has a scroll of feather fall. So
what is your note saying?
My saying that sorry for the hasty exit of the castle, but we are in pursuit of the ball, and then one of our companions just jumped off the castle for no reason, so we have to go after him.
No one has anything to say about it. We have no idea that he wrote a note.
No, we have no idea he wrote it. But also,
why would you give that much detail?
Why would you give that much detail? What good does that do us?
This is why I said we should never talk to anybody.
You do it.
It was just better to be John than to give detail. Just like it was better to not talk to him to begin with.
But why?
No.
I like it.
Anything else you want to put onto there?
That's it.
Yes, I love you.
Because I love you. This is from Valen. Also, sorry for desecrating.
Desecrating the tomb, yes.
Sorry for what?
Don't admit anything.
You're literally about to say that we did what we said we didn't do again.
What I'm saying is that trespassing instead of desecrating. Trespassing.
Trespassing what?
Don't just sign it and go. We don't have time. People are falling to their deaths.
Oh.
He's baiting you right now. Why would you fall for this shit?
I'm trying so hard to be like,
he's just
I'm
baiting
sorry
you
for desecrating Escalorida's tomb, and then be like, back into the castle. Okay, so Darfarius is free falling. Who all jumped? No, everybody else jumped. Valen started fucking hastily scribbling and like a I'm sorry note.
Valen has multiple ways to save himself.
Okay.
I just need to get as close.
Ulan made it to Darth by this time. They're trying to slow down, facing their bodies.
Yeah, you guys are doing like the Patrick Swayze.
So we can get Liam to come closer so he can cast this spell.
So to get closer to them, I will
Nice
burn.
Star Wars
Yeah,
shirt.
not free fall now.
I will do. I like the shirt. I will burn my once a day Misty Step. Move 30 feet closer. Continue following. My 2 level 2. Shit. David, you're on the broom, right?
Yep.
My 2 level 2 spells to do another 2 Misty Steps. So that was 90 feet of movement.
Ulan and Darth are spread out, so we're trying to slow ourselves down to win.
He's just trying to cover any amount of distance he has to, just in case.
Right.
Okay,
I took an extra action to mage hand and throw the hammer out. So I'm accounting for that you would have left before me. So in that time, I'm trying to account for I need to cover distance to get down to catch up to you guys in free fall.
So what Ulan is saying is they're trying to slow their descent.
Right.
Yeah,
and
so
I'm
you
trying to
can
get
Spreading
closer
out,
to them.
and you're like, shh, which isn't necessarily like any movements, so much as you guys are cooperating.
Right.
That's what does he need to cast his spells to catch up to us?
I need to get within 60 feet of them.
I would say since you guys are at that height, over the course of a minute, you can catch up to
Okay. How many spell slots do you want me to burn?
all of them.
All right.
You guys are.
That's fine. No, total. I'm fine with this. I'm not worried at all. So I will use Featherfall, so I can choose myself and up to 5 willing creatures. So whenever, choose up to 5 creatures within range. A creature falls into the state.
Did anybody grab the hammer on their way out?
It's free falling. So his first action was to throw it off the side. So it's free falling.
I'm not worried about the hammer, and the hammer is magical.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah.
I can take care of that if you'd let me really quick.
Okay.
On the broom, I don't actually have to fall. So I summon my echo, which is able to float in the air in any direction, and then I grab the hammer and just
With the
in the same tandem go to just follow everybody in my own time.
Grab the hammer.
And it is immune to all status effects and conditions.
I would say that the echo can grab it, but the echo doesn't hold it. The echo is just grabbing it and falling.
It's moving at the same speed that I am because it can fly technically. It's allowed to move 30 feet in any direction that I choose without restriction or without moving through objects.
Yeah. So you guys just start careening like down in this once was chaotic movement. The SkyCastle just continues to go on without you. As you guys
I checked all my stuff.
Start looking. You guys are just south of the spine of the world. You see the what Ulan recognizes as the Lurkwoods. As you guys spiral down.
Look, there's my home.
After several minutes, you guys crash to the ground. I would say each one of you guys takes about like 1d8.
Wait, we have
with Featherfall, we take no damage.
No damage.
None.
None. That is
1d8.
I turn myself
the
into
point of the spell.
No DM.
We're
No.
gonna cast it right
Fine,
before
you guys
we'll cast it right before we
here.
land, and the creature lands before the spell ends. It takes no falling damage.
All right.
It can land on its feet, and
So who all takes it? Who all gets it?
So the only ones that I cared about were myself, Darth, and Ulan.
Wow,
So it's those
the
three,
only
and then
one he cares about.
Everyone else can take care of themselves.
The only ones he cares about.
I'm already on a broom, so I don't need it.
I'm saying the only one he cares about.
Hmm.
Anyways, you guys end up south of the spine of the world.
Terry, you or
with these large lurking woods to your right. You guys find yourself standing safe on the ground. You haven't been on the ground for about a week now. And that's where we're gonna end tonight.
Wait. What?
That's where we're gonna end tonight.
I got one thing.
No.
One thing. Valen cast polymorph. What did he transform into?
He didn't.
Giant eagle.
You didn't have a chance to polymorph because you did the 3, right?
So did he crash?
No, Valen was behind. Valen jumped off after everyone.
Yeah. 'cause
So
was
he
riding-
wrote his letter and then jumped off, seconds
Oh,
later,
okay.
and
So-
would have had to polymorph himself into a bird and then
Wasn't part
flown
of
down to
Misty-
meet up with
wasn't part
us.
of Misty Step?
No.
I was saying it the whole time, but you guys kept talking. So
No, I saw it.
Okay.
That's why I brought it up.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, he
I
is
thought
in
you
there.
were part of the Misty Step. So
I missed that too. Sorry.
Valen, you did polymorph. I did see you put it in the chat. So what happened?
having to free fall.
What did you turn into?
Ego?
Okay.
Alright.
Which
So I'm
I-
petting Harry as an eagle while we're down. on the ground.
Eagle. Hold on
So,
with that.
so as like the rest of like your party, you see Liam very calmly, but you see Darfarius and you see Ulan kind of like screaming and panicking as they like slowly go against the ground because they think they're going to impact, and you're just swooping in as the eagle. As you survey this land, it's this there's a much denser forest to your right, and in front of you, over the next couple hills, you see the Evermores as you slowly kind of like circle down. The Evermores kind of hold this like this gray cloud over them. Things kind of get like murky and a little bit less focused. Shortly after you land, Val lands next to you. The five of you all stand your ground as you find yourselves there between the Glimmerwoods, the Lurkwood, the Spine of the World, and the Evermores. And that's where we'll pause.
Can we off stream at some point denote those on the map?
Yeah.
Well, that did not end in any kind of way that I was expecting it to.
You're welcome.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
It does.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
everybody who was in chat. We're a new
It does
stream here.
because for a moment, man. Seriously, not gonna lie.